It hit him so bad he stayed kneeling, all right? Now, this part of the story I don't quite understand, but it is true. As he is down on one knee, obviously just heartbroken and crushed and humiliated in front of all these people, a man dressed in a Scooby-Doo costume ran up and helped him get to his feet and escorted him off stage, which to me just makes it all the worse. And then finally, the guitarist in the band, after everything had kind of settled, said, I've never felt so uncomfortable during one of our own shows in my life. Everything about this is stupid. Just the fact that she's like, no. And then it takes a person dressed like Scooby-Doo to get your ass off. I have no idea what Scooby-Doo has to do with anything other than someone
Why was Scooby-Doo even there?
Nobody knows.
Why was Bert and Ernie in a
But the
fish show?
video's out there, and they got his ass off stage. Then even the guitar player's like, that was horrible.
Did they say how long they dated?
Well, at least 2 or 3 years, because that's that band they saw 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know how long they've been together before that, but fellas, even if you think it's a short thing, don't do it at a baseball game.
You keep dating
Don't
up to that
do
point?
it at a concert.
No.
They're pretty sure they're broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get married to me. After a while, why are we dating?
Yeah, exactly. For the
So as far as the healthiest states in the United States, Rhode Island 10, Hawaii is 9, 8 Maryland, 7 Washington, Minnesota 6, Utah 5, 4 Connecticut, Vermont 3rd, Massachusetts 2nd, and New Hampshire is the number 1 healthiest state in the United States of America.
Huh. It's kind of interesting.
What do you think it is in the Northeast?
Money. Honestly, I mean,
Also,
look, man,
access to healthcare facilities.
which is money. Right? Places
All right.
that have money tend to do better. People take better care. Like I said, I've been to the Hamptons once. There's not a fat person there. And I remember my buddy at the time, 'cause we were dead broke, and he goes, look, man, this is what 3 square meals a day does. Like, they have money, they make sure they're healthy, and like you said, they have access to all the crap that you could possibly need.
You don't see a lot of fat people on the Cape either.
This is my point. And what's out there? Money,
Yeah.
right? Are the fat people
Strong point.
The Golden Globes were on last night. And everyone that went up on stage, you know, we're used to seeing them in a certain way, but when I see them on stage standing next to normal people, you know, the I don't know, the guy who says nothing but helps escort him up on stage, that's a normal-looking human being. And I'm looking at how rail thin all of these people are. Like, Jesus Christ, man. That money.
Good day, all. Let's give a big shout-out to Greg Benson. He's in his 50s. He's a good old friend, man and brother, even though he is a Rams fan. But he's a Hawks fan, too. So can we get that loud, high-pitched scream? And oh, dear Jesus, and Coach Ted talking about keeping the Rams out of the playoffs. Love you, brother. That from the Elk Plain Drifter and Amy Jean.
Oh, dear Jesus.
Well, keeping them out of the playoffs isn't going to be an option. It's already in there. And I'm not going to lie to you. Coach doesn't feel very confident that the Bears are going to knock them out. I think it's great for the division that all 3 teams are still alive. But, yeah, the Rams scare me.
Guys, today's my husband Doug's 61st birthday.
I know, but they just... That last
look,
game.
I'm not a Hawks fan, so I'm more objective. I know what it is to be the fan. It's just hard to be objective, right? But based on what I saw, I think the Hawks would manhandle the Rams. I feel like San Francisco would be a bigger challenge. Who's what? This Saturday?
Correct.
And then if the Rams are still around and play the Rams, I think they take the Rams out. But then again, who the F knows?
Who knows?
But I knew a lot of guys that they would do the Golden Seal thing. And I know they were stoners, but they would pass their drug test. So they swore by it. I was never...
But you could buy it at a bong shop, but you couldn't call it a bong shop.
No,
That was the only place.
Tobacco water pipe.
Yeah, that was the only place you could buy the stuff, and the kit was $30, which was crazy because it ate the weed was $20-25. So the last thing that you wanted to do, and $30 was a lot of money if you didn't have any money.
Yeah.
Was to drop $30 on this drink.
They're like, look, it's up to you, man.
Yeah. What was the most embarrassing mistake you've ever made? 206-803.
I mean, nowadays, I feel like there's a lot more products for that stuff.
There sure is.
Like, I know enough people that have jobs where they get drug tested, but they definitely still smoke weed.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know?
But they're always, typically, that's the only drug they're really testing for. Like you said, you can be high on coke and, like,
3 days.
they're not looking for
It's
that.
out in 3 days.
But the test a lot of times doesn't show it because that's not what the test is designed for. The test was designed for weed, and the only issue with that is, like, weed's in your system for like a month, right? You say, I have not smoked in 3 weeks.
He said the guys that got hard drugs, they just disappeared. That means they did cocaine within 2 days.
Recently, yeah.
They'd done it the night before.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the
why.
difference.
That's why it's still there.
Put your thinking caps on, gents. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. It is an adjective that brought to you by the letter B, and I give you guys a 75% success chance on this one, okay? It means somewhat salty, and it usually describes water or bodies of water.
Briny.
Brackish.
Oh,
Ted
damn it.
Smith
Brackish.
nailed it.
Not
Well
briny?
done.
Not briny?
Not
One of my
briny.
favorite words.
Brackish.
Yeah, where the fresh water meets the salt water.
Brackish.
Brackish.
Wasn't that a TV show?
Brackish? Yes, if you don't speak right. Starring Anthony Anderson. Welcome back to
I want to say
Brackish.
even like Salmon Bay's a little brackish.
Yeah, like Lake Union. Lake Union's fresh water, but in theory, it should be somewhat brackish because of the locks.
Yep.
You've ruined that word for me.
Brackish.
Guys, can you give Lisa a very happy birthday? She turns a beautiful 55 today. She's the best wife and mother ever, and we love her tons. She'd love an Uh-Oh lookout, a Bruce Willis roof, and a captain telling her how to celebrate her special day. Thanks, guys. That from Double A, Ron, Zach, Danica, and the Pups.
Uh-oh, look out.
Ooh, well, ahoy there, and happy birthday. You know, it's a tradition for us mascots that when one of us turns 55, we hop aboard the old SS Guppy and head for the tropical beaches of Algonia. You'd love Algonia. Last time we were there, me, the Tricks Rabbit, Tony the Tiger, Mr. Peanut, you got drunk on a combination of Windex, baking soda, and nail polish remover that we filtered through the carcass of a rabid muskrat. And after that, we humped Gorilla Glue through a hobo sock. Now, it's hard to explain exactly what happened, but we woke up the next morning in an abandoned oil refinery next to a three-breasted prostitute named Bianca. Now, she was real nice and made us all breakfast made of discarded Pop-Tarts and bacon fat that she grilled over a butane lighter. It was a great time, and hopefully you can join us. Crunch Berries.
The difference in Amsterdam, apparently, and I did not know this, is that you could ask a woman how much or whatever, but that does not necessarily mean she has to or will or wants to sleep with you.
Right, she's to interview you, right?
She has to interview you, and it takes a little bit of time for them to go, okay, you know what? I feel comfortable with you.
Sure.
You know, we'll do the deed. So he finally hooks up with this girl, ends up being with her for like 2 nights or how many ever times he goes back. Either way, years go past, and he is sitting on the couch with his girlfriend. And it's like Dateline, 60 Minutes, something. I don't know what the hell it is, man. But they're featuring the red light district in Amsterdam. And the first girl they interview is the girl that he was with for 2 days. He is on the couch with his girlfriend.
Right.
He steps outside on his balcony. He's like, Miles calls me. You are not going to believe this. Turn on NBC or whatever the hell it is. They're doing a special on the red light. Remember that girl I told you I hooked up with, the prostitute? I was like, yeah. They're primarily just interviewing her. So I turned it on real quick. And then I texted him back like, her? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. I mean,
Your money.
But he was like, yeah. I was
But
like,
of course, you couldn't tell his girlfriend.
I was like, they're not better looking than that? That's what I was thinking in the back of my head. I assume they'd be hot.
The first time I even tried to skip, and I skipped school a lot, but the first day that I decided, you know what? I'm skipping school. I don't want to be here. I'm walking down. So everyone's in class at this point. I'm staking out the bathroom. I know everyone's in class. I walk down the hall. I just want to get to the front door of the school. Freedom, right? Random teacher. I've never seen him before. He stops me. Do you have a hall pass? I'm like, oh, I don't, but my teacher let me go to the bathroom. That's fine. I figured it would be cool. Said, who's the teacher? Now, I don't want to say a teacher I actually had, because if you were to ask that teacher, they know me. But I knew there was a Spanish teacher. I'd never had this guy. His name was Mr. Iriarte. And apparently all the kids loved him. So they're like, dude, if you get Spanish, get him. I did take Spanish. I didn't get him. Anyway, I said, I'm in Mr. Iriate's Spanish class. And I said this with such confidence. I'm like, I'm good. And he looked at me and he said, I'm Mr. Iriarte. Like, oh, dude. Zach. I was like, what are there's 50 teachers in this school. Of course, I never knew what he looked like. That's when I met him. He actually shook my hand. And you are, gave him my name. It's like, I'll be escorting you to the principal, Mr. Hill. I'm like, damn it, man.
And now, the men's room legacy continues. Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4,454. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. Thank you. Power in the Men's Room. On tap today, Taryn Daly and Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show join us once again. We will sit and spin. And today it's all spandex and hairspray with the 10 best hair metal ballads of all times.
Yay.
We will play Profile This, plus headlines, Men's Room Shot of the Day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Click, clack.
Knocking it down.
All right, here we go. A man is stopped by authorities after trying to board his dead wife on a plane. Meanwhile, a horse is rescued down in Enumclaw after a bridge collapses and he gets stuck in a drain. Speaking of stuck, a car is trapped on a ski slope after following GPS. Because of spiders, one Florida woman's feet are now a mess. And a man shoots 3 family members after his Wi-Fi is cut off. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right. A man who drank 21 cans of energy drinks a week, or about 3 a day, over a 20-year period. He also had a fear of going to the dentist. Long story short, he lost 10 teeth. Now, he blames the energy drinks, not his avoiding going to the dentist. You be the judge. Now, either way, $9,000 later, he's replaced his missing teeth with veneers. Now, not to be outdone, a young kid, he lost all of his teeth due to severe decay, not because of energy drinks, but because he just never brushed his teeth. His mother never enforced it. In the end, he lost his teeth, and that's why his teeth were black before they fell out. Now, look, nobody wants to lose their teeth, but you know what's actually worse than losing your teeth, and you don't think about this enough? Finding teeth. A man claims to have found a human tooth in his McDonald's sausage McMuffin. And apparently they did testing. He was absolutely true, but this happened in Japan. So the muffin part is made in Japan. The meat is made in the U.S. They're not sure if the tooth traveled from the U.S. or if it came from Japan. I swear to God, that's where they are with their investigation. Either way, it's not a good look. But teeth, we've all got them, even if you don't have all of them. And we don't give them too much thought until something bad or weird happens, like a 72-year-old man who swallowed his own dentures during surgery. The doctors didn't realize it and they were lodged in his throat for 8 days. There's a story of an Uber driver who was bitten by his passenger in an unprovoked attack. An intern at a New York City law firm, she was fired after biting multiple coworkers. Something of note, it was her first day. And maybe the craziest story that I've ever heard involves a man who sawed through duct tape to escape his kidnapper. Now, what did he use to saw through the duct tape? He used his own teeth that had been torn out previously with pliers by those very kidnappers. Now, we'll share that story with you coming up, but first, we want to hear from you. Today, we're talking teeth. Everybody's got stories. So today's question, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration, is how did a tooth or teeth figure into the story?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
The Tacoma RV Show returns to Tacoma Dome January 26th.
What a large and in charge program we have for you here. End of year spectacular. We have made it. The last show of the season. And what a great year we have had, man.
Sure, man. We got to celebrate our 20th.
That's right.
That's pretty cool.
Big thanks right off the bat to our partners at Black Raven Brewing. They came out with our 20th anniversary lager. They've got our Ola Days Porter on tap now, various locations. Of course, the Men's Room IPA. Man, you can find that stuff almost everywhere.
It's out there.
So it's been a good year as far as beer goes. Great year with the sausage from Uli's famous sausage and our Men's Room roasted red salsa from San Juan Salsa Company. And plus, with that, we're helping out our friends at the Fisher Houses in the area. So, I mean, all said and done, man, we feel like we've done a little bit of good.
That's good stuff, man.
Again, it's the holidays, too. Just dip irresponsibly.
That's right.
Oh, irresponsibly now. I like it.
Go crazy,
All
man.
right.
Get that salsa all over you.
Many stops on the Men's Room World Tour this year. First ever Unwrapped holiday concert.
That was pretty cool, dude. That was a pretty cool event.
Yeah, that was a great time. So
good setup.
Thank
by
you so
Tony.
much. Yeah, man. If you've come out to see us, if we've had a chance to party with you, drink a beer, man, we appreciate you. Just know that we would not be here if it wasn't for you. So understand that. So as we do on our end of year spectacular, Mike, we've got some old stuff from back in the day, the legendary cuts, if you will, the free birds of our radio show,
the vault picks.
They've already been requested several times.
Yes.
Every loss of the year from Ted versus the FCC. It was a big year in losses. Mike, what did you say, 9 minutes?
9 minutes worth of fails. So I'll probably say it again here before we get out of here. But Ted, your official record against the FCC for 2025, you did have 2. We called them ties. I called them win-ishes.
Okay, win-ish.
18 losses and 14 wins.
Right.
I mean, the good news is when I'm down, the Hawks are up. So
Okay, fair enough.
You might have a wild
look,
card spot.
I'm trying to shine a turd.
Yeah.
Also,
yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Also, for the first time since we've been doing radio, we now have a YouTube channel, KISW Rock. Want to thank Tim, who has been our video.
Tim.
He's doing a kick-ass job in there, man, of making the YouTube channel better than we are as far as what we can bring to the table.
It's better than what I thought it would be, but in spite of that, the YouTubers have nothing but suggestions for Tim.
Oh, yeah?
He does see them all.
right.
Hey, man, you should. How about? Yeah, he sees them all, man. He knows.
It's been an incredibly
the kids
cool
just
year.
call it the chat.
Yeah, the chat, whatever.
The chat.
But if you haven't followed us, do us a favor. If you're on YouTube, it's KISW Rock. Please subscribe to our channel if you can.
Yes.
Smash the like burger, as we like to call it, the thumbs up there. Give us a little love. But appreciate everyone that's also tuned in on YouTube as well. All right, Mike, let's get this thing underway. Where are we starting? On our end of year spectacular.
So as we said, we are going through a handful of different categories. This was a very well-rounded end of the year spectacular that I've got planned for you. We have just a wonderful mashup of people that are up for caller of the year.
Sure.
Things that are up for segment of the year. And another thing that I've tried to do for this year is I wanted to incorporate more of your guys' stories. You guys have phenomenal stories that have brought everybody in. It brings everybody together. And they are wild. They are crazy. They are all over the place. So I also want to award the Men's Room Story of the Year as well. So we're going to start in that realm with the honorable mention for Best Men's Room Story. It happened here just a couple months ago. Not terribly long ago at all. We had a caller that was talking, I believe you worked for a pug rescue, if I'm not mistaken. And Miles, you had a little bit of a story concerning a pug that you knew that kind of needed rescuing. So this is the honorable mention for Best Men's Room Story.
Let's go back in time.
Hello, Ken. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, naked gentlemen.
Hola.
Positive Friday.
It is a positive Friday.
And on that note, shameless plug, I am very grateful to work with an amazing rescue organization. It's called Evergreen Pug Rescue.
You're supposed to say it rhymes with Severgreen Nug Rescue. But fine, you blew it.
Smart enough. They have an adoption event up in Marysville. But anyway,
wait, do you guys only deal with pugs though?
Pugs and pug mixes.
Is that because they're problematic dogs? I mean, is it specific to that breed for a reason?
It's just what people's passion is.
All right,
for.
okay, fair enough. Well, that's all you need.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing. It's just pugs.
Well, that's what I'm saying, pugs only. Yeah.
I know, I'm looking at the website. Like, I get it, but it's like just pugs.
Yeah. That doesn't get out here, man. Just pugs.
Yeah. So anyway, it's run by amazing people. So they put out an all call. It's like, hey, someone needs a prescription picked up in Puyallup. I live in Tacoma, and taken to the person's house in Gig Harbor. I'm like, I got this. So I started at 11 o'clock this morning. I'm still on the road. I won't get to Gig Harbor until about 4:15.
Jesus Christ, man!
Oh,
because one of the prescriptions has codeine in it. So you have to have a paper prescription with a signature. The vet that saw that dog previously is not working in Puyallup today. They're up in Bellevue. So I've gone Tacoma, Puyallup, Bellevue, and now hopefully Gig Harbor.
Now, did you know that you're going to have to go on this trek before you volunteered?
I was thinking it's just going to be Puyallup and then Gig Harbor.
Yeah.
But I have the day off today.
You did?
I can listen to an amazing radio show.
Oh, man, I got a terrible.
Did you
Well,
also
tune back to us when you're done with that one.
Did you also pick up the Jolly Ranchers and the Sprite?
I did not. Dang it.
This is just going to have to do the codeine regular.
Right.
See, okay.
So wait, but
Those are for the little pup.
but the prescription is for the dog.
Yes.
But because it has codeine, you still have to get the signature because their fear, of course, is that you're going to pop the dog pills to get high.
Exactly.
All right. So how much longer do you think? You said about 4:15 is when you'll get to Gig Harbor.
Yep.
And do you know the person that you're doing it for, or is it just a customer of the Evergreen Pug Rescue?
So I met them. I might have met them at our last event that we had. I don't recognize them by name. I'm more of a face person, so.
What kind of events does the Evergreen Pug? I mean, do you have like mixers? Are we going on hikes with pugs?
Yeah.
Like I'm just imagining all these pugs playing poker or something.
Yeah, so in October we had a Monster Mash Pug Bash, so it was held at a brewery in Tacoma.
All right.
And then a couple of weekends ago we were up in Arlington at the Stillaguamish.
I was gonna. Oh no!
What?
No, that's what. Oh man, I got a terrible story about a pug.
Oh no.
Okay, look, I'm not going to say
we
his
all do.
name. Yeah, I know, but this is the honest to God truth. So I have a buddy of mine. He's on his third pug rescue. Okay.
Okay.
So he's got 2 right now. Now the first one, speaking of the Stillaguamish River. Okay, so he gets this pug, and one of the first. I told you the story today.
No, I just know this is going to be bad.
Nothing about this is going to be
All I
good.
know is
awful.
a river and
It's
a pug.
awful. Now he waited for this. He waited to get this dog for months. Okay, this is terrible. All right. So I don't know if
The dog's named Sunshine.
No, Sunshine lived. This dog didn't, or maybe he swam to freedom. I don't know. So he's walking this dog,
Or maybe it
on
swam to
He's
freedom.
walking this dog at a trail on the Stillaguamish River. All right. The dog is curious about the river. He goes down there. I think the dog did not want to leave the riverbank.
Yeah.
So he was kind of tugging on the chain or on the leash a little bit just to get him up the hill and get him off the water because it was the rapids are pretty fast. So when he pulls, the collar comes off.
No.
With the leash, and the pug goes sliding into the river, and that was the last he saw of him. He ran down he ran down the river trying to find the dog.
This is your pug story.
He was tore up. Yes, he was tore
I bet
up.
he was.
Well, he only knew the dog for like a week. He only knew the dog for like a week, and I'm like, "How did this happen?" He's like, "I don't want to talk about it." And then he finally broke down and told me. He did get 2 more pugs.
Good.
I'm hoping that this pug found a. It was cold. I'm hoping that
You're trying
found
to
a
tell
beach.
us it may have swam itself to
I
safety.
think it found freedom somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Maybe climb back out of that river.
Is he still on there?
Yeah, man.
Yes, I am.
So I'm looking at your website, the Evergreen Pug Rescue. So you said pugs?
Swear to
and
God.
pug-related dogs?
Yeah.
So they got one up
Well,
there. What?
Pug mixes, basically.
Pug mixes. But Bandit here, it just says pug, and Dad is the milkman.
Oh,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
Well, I don't know.
Hey, we don't judge the moms. Come on now.
Well, it's hard to tell.
Bruno, look at that guy.
He's a
right
little
there.
bigger. Yeah.
My name is Bandit.
Yeah.
Well, good
So I guess you guys do adoptions as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
we do. So
Okay. Well,
We're
you
on
know,
our-
man, that's very admirable. That's great work.
Yeah, Jim.
Just don't take it hiking.
Don't give him to Miles's buddy.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
The whole thing slipped off.
Well, okay, so again,
That makes it
okay.
worse.
Wait, look. The dog is down by the river.
Right.
It is a river bank, so there's kind of a slope. Okay, my buddy's kind of up on the hill more so than down by the water. The dog just wanted to check out the water.
Sure, he did.
Now, when he's trying to get the dog with the leash, he's kind of pulling it to get it back up off the bank because he's too close to the water. And when he pulls the leash,
It just.
the collar comes off the top of its head because it was too loose, and then
With Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KI. KISW.
All of the Joels, away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4454. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. As once again, we are joined by Taryn Daly and Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show. Today on Sit and Spin, the 10 best hair metal ballads of all times.
Hey.
Now, the way this goes down is Mike has picked 10 different hair metal bands. All right? He's going to give us the band. Then we're going to try to figure out in our own brain, if we can remember, what was their biggest ballad.
It's kind of tough to do. So one thing about hair metal, when it was at the top, every album that any hair metal band put out had a ballad. So if they put out 10 albums, guaranteed to have at least 10 ballads.
Think about like Home Sweet Home for Motley Crue.
Right.
There's a ballad right there. Well, Journey was famous for their ballads, but they weren't exactly a hair metal band.
Yeah, they were kind of like a hair ballad band.
Yeah. But in the days of videos, bands would come out with a heater. They would come out with their big...
Well, they rock.
Their big rocking song. And then the next song. I mean, it was just like
Guarantee.
a mathematical formula.
Oh, yeah. Every
They had
time.
back in
Every
the day.
band.
Next song would be a ballad. Maybe with the exception of White Line. I don't remember the song before When the Children Cry, but...
Did they have a rockin' song, quote unquote? I'm not saying whether it was good, but I feel like all the hair metal bands, you're right, during the MTV years, it was a guarantee. Hey, put out the tune that the dudes are going to like, and then put out a song the chicks are going to like.
Yeah.
It was a winning formula.
Yeah. Extreme put out Wholehearted. They were rocking on that song.
More Than Words?
And then More Than Words was the next song.
And
that
you knew
put out.
they were serious because they played an acoustic guitar and sat on stools. That was the 80s way of saying.
And it was a black and white video.
But remember, and that was huge. And if you were a pop band and wanted people to know you're serious, you hired a bunch of basically African backup singers. Paul Simon, Dolly Parton, right? And that way you knew, they're being serious.
Right.
Yeah.
Sit and Spin coming up with the 10 best hair metal ballads of all times on the way at 4:30. What else we have? A little programming note. This is pretty exciting news, to be honest with you. Thursday on the program, we expect to be talking to the one and only Dan Patrick from the Dan Patrick Show. Talking a little bit of NFL playoff football, obviously, as the Seahawks are in action on Saturday. So hopefully we'll get Dan Patrick on the program on Thursday to talk sports and whatever else comes to mind. So,
Yeah, we'll see.
yeah, we're excited about that. And today we're going to talk about teeth, of all things. And very rarely have we just brought up specifically talking about teeth. Most people do have issues with their teeth. They have situations that go down, whether it's your teeth, someone else's teeth. If you've been bitten by a dog, their teeth.
Anything.
Whatever the deal is, teeth are a part of our life. So we start with a story about a man, and this is crazy,
This is insane.
who used his own teeth, torn out with pliers, to escape kidnappers. He's a New York man, and he was kidnapped, which has got to be horrible, Steve, and tortured by a former friend. And he testified that his captor, who was put away for decades, was a man named Shaw Powell, 36 years old. And he was convicted of kidnapping and torture last month, 2 years after he held Jomeel Brown hostage in a shed in upstate New York and viciously tortured him. Brown testified at the trial, recounting his ordeal at the hands of Powell. And he says he beat him with metal poles. He bit him. He burned him with cigarettes while he was unconscious. Powell duct taped Brown's wrists to his ankles. But the most horrifying detail Brown described in court was how Powell pulled out his 2 front teeth with pliers in a grotesque moment of necessity. Brown said he got his hands on one of the extracted teeth and used it to saw through the duct tape, which gave him the ability to escape.
There's your silver lining.
Powell also took the stand and testified that Brown's injuries were due to a fistfight the man had over a drug deal. Prosecutor said he lied while under oath. Now, before sentencing, a prosecutor stated that Powell was a man who was not at all prepared to accept what he did to another human being. When Powell heard the guilty verdict against him, he lost his cool and punched a wall. Before going to trial...
Did he think there was going to be some other outcome to this?
Oh, he rejected a plea deal that would have sent him to just 10 years in prison.
That's it.
His defense attorneys asked the judge not to impose a longer sentence because he opted to go to trial. The judge was unmoved by the request, saying, "This sentence is not punishing Mr. Powell for going to trial. It is punishing Mr. Powell for the completely barbaric assault on Mr. Brown." Powell was then sentenced to 50 years in prison instead of the plea deal where he could have taken 10 years.
Which is ridiculous anyway.
Yeah, that is insane. Now we get into things that can cause your teeth to go bad. And an insurance broker whose teeth rotted away when he drank 3 energy drinks a day, which does not sound like a lot, Had I would say, probably about a $12,000 transformation in turkey. Nicholas Mudford got hooked on the drink 20 years ago because he liked the taste, and it was fashionable. Soon, though, he was drinking 21 cans a week, and 2 of his front teeth eventually fell out, while 4 of his back ones snapped.
Jesus.
The 39-year-old also had a fear of the dentist, had not been in for a checkup in decades. He flew to Turkey last month to have his teeth replaced with a full set of veneers, setting him back to $12,000. People do go to Turkey for a lot of different things. Is that where you said, Ted, people go for a lot
For hair transplants.
for hair transplants as
Istanbul.
well? I wonder what's going on in Turkey with all this stuff.
Just, it saves money.
Because
it's the same process.
It's mostly cosmetic.
It's mostly cosmetic. If you're a doctor, you're a doctor. Medicine is medicine. It's the exact same procedure. They just don't charge outrageous fees.
People do it in
That's
Mexico, too.
Absolutely.
I got a cousin went down there years ago to get a stomach surgery, and then I have a buddy that went down there and got teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
I don't know what you call it.
I don't know.
Veneers?
I don't know if they're veneers. They put in new ones. I don't know. They look great.
All right. Nicholas said it was the best thing he's ever done. I've been drinking energy drinks for around 20 years, and it absolutely ruined my teeth.
You also did not go to the dentist for decades.
Yep.
I'm not saying the energy drinks did not contribute to the decay, but he's like, dude, be careful with energy drinks or go to the dentist.
My back teeth were damaged from playing sports in school and being kicked. I have a massive fear of the dentist from being a kid. My dentist had massive hands, and it was horrible having them in my mouth. So I stopped going. I didn't brush my teeth regularly either, though.
Okay, but it's the energy drinks.
Yeah. One day I was driving to work, and my front tooth fell out, and it was the final straw, he said.
Yeah, look, I'm sure the energy drinks didn't help, but I'm with you. If you've never been to the dentist in years and you don't brush,
Yeah. I mean, look, and we've heard plenty about energy drinks. Yes, they're not working wonders for your teeth. This is understood. But again, if you don't go to the dentist and you don't brush, I don't care what you're doing, your teeth are going to fall out of your freaking head.
Yeah.
the big one is, you got to brush your teeth.
Just brush. Even if you don't want to go to the dentist, brush your damn teeth.
I realized I shouldn't be looking like that. I'm established in my job. I'm not living on the bread line, but I look unemployed. I look like a bum. So he flew to Turkey where he had 10 teeth extracted, 6 implants, 2 sinus lifts, a bone graft, and a full set of veneers. He said it would have cost around probably $18,000 to have the same procedure in England. He said the treatment has been life-changing, as he's able to confidently smile in photos. He did give up energy drinks a year ago and has learned to take care of his veneers. Life is loads better because I'm so much more confident. I hated my teeth, always angled myself away when I was having photos so they couldn't be seen. Now I'm smiling all the time, constantly taking photos. I pretty well look like a different person. What they've done is amazing. I don't need to go to the dentist now, but I'll go to Turkey every 2 years to have my gums checked. I brush them properly.
Yeah.
I messed up my real teeth, so I need to take care of them because they're paid for. He's sharing a story to encourage others to avoid energy drinks. He added, energy drinks really messed up my teeth. If I see someone drinking an energy drink, I tell them not to do it, which seems a little intrusive.
Tell them to brush.
I used to.
I mean, again, it's like we always say. I don't know. You wake up the next day, you're completely hungover. Maybe you're still drunk, but like, shouldn't have done that last shot, which somehow qualifies the 15 shots and the 45 beers you had up until that quote unquote last shot.
Yeah.
Same thing with this guy. It's like, look, no one's going to argue whether or not energy drinks are good for your teeth. But again, you did not go to the dentist for quote decades, and you don't brush your teeth.
Yeah.
That has more to do it than the freaking energy drink.
Right.
Right, I know people that still drink them every day and they don't have teeth falling out.
I bet you they brush their teeth.
Well, 100%.
Goes a long way. Yeah.
I as a kid, I don't know if I was 8 or 9 years old. I do have a memory of this, but my buddy Jeff and I had one tooth was just wiggling like crazy.
Yeah.
And back in the day, and I don't know where this came from. I have no idea what the deal was, what story this was in, what movie this was from. I'm not sure. But the idea was that there was this old wives' tale that you could get rid of one of your teeth if you tied a fishing string around it.
Oh, and tied it to the door.
And tied it to the doorknob.
Oh, it's not a wives' tale.
Yeah, it works.
So me and my buddy Jeff, we determined that on this teeth, which was pretty loose in my mouth, that this was going to be, because I kept playing with it all the time. He's like, let's just do the fishing line thing. All right, so we get the fishing line around the tooth. Jeff slams the door. Turns out he tied the wrong tooth. It was one of my...
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah. It was one of my adult teeth, which was pretty well anchored in.
Yeah.
All right, but my head went flying, and we looked, and I was like, dude, that's the wrong tooth. I mean, it's the wiggly one.
Right.
You know? It's the one that's falling out. So he retied the other tooth and slammed the door. That thing went flying.
Yeah.
It took us about 5 minutes to find the tooth because we didn't know where it shot to. And we also did it in my bedroom, which had a kind of more of a shag carpet.
Oh, yeah. It makes it tough.
This thing goes flying, but it was one of those moments where, and then I don't think it was really ready. So it just bled for like an hour. Like
Oh, yeah.
it was on the cusp of, but I did keep that tooth. I mean, why not? It was one of my last baby teeth. It was just hanging in there. And that was one of the first memories I had. And that was my last tooth fairy visit, so to speak.
Yeah, that's why it's important to find it.
Yes.
My
Well, it
daughter
seems-
melted down the last tooth that she lost, all right? So the tooth fairy is still in play. And many times, I heard this from the tooth fairy anyway, the kid wakes up in the middle of the night, say it's 12:30 at night. They had been asleep, and they wake up to let you know, hey, this tooth fell out. Do you think the tooth fairy is going to make it here in the morning? And I remember the tooth fairy actively looking at the clock above the television set and said, yeah, the tooth fairy will probably be here before you wake up in the morning. She went back to bed. Now, the tooth fairy told me that when they looked in their pouch of money, the smallest bill they had was a $20 bill. And they believed that tooth is nowhere worth $20. So the tooth fairy had to hop in the car, go to the local gas station. And I did not know the tooth fairy smoked until this moment. Bought a couple packs of smokes, got the change.
Yeah.
And then that's the change that made it under the pillow. One of her other teeth, she had lost her tooth. We had told her to put it under her pillow. And somehow she lost it, right? It was not under her pillow. I don't know if she dropped it on the floor, whatever. But she dropped into a panic. Her belief was like, hey, the tooth fairy knows if you've lost a tooth, but if the tooth is not there for them to collect, I guess something bad's going to happen. Yeah. I don't know. But this went to like DEFCON 5 in the house. And again, the tooth fairy was very tired at this point. Did not feel like dealing with this. So I said, I'll tell you what. Maybe you write a note for the tooth fairy. Right? I mean, she's like almost in tears. And I'm like, hey, look, I've met the tooth fairy. He's a good guy. I thought it was a girl. She's a great lady. Can you write a note that just says, I can't find a tooth? Leave that under your pillow. And I get the feeling the tooth fairy will leave you money. Oddly enough, once again, did you know the tooth fairy had to run around the corner to the gas station to buy cigarettes again? Not because the tooth fairy wanted to smoke, of course.
No, she smokes.
She does smoke. Kids, the tooth fairy smokes. Don't get on her about it.
It's Newports.
To get change. And at some point, the tooth fairy said to their spouse, I'm tired of this tooth fairy, yes.
Right.
Like this is not giving them money, but just the idea, like I always have 20s.
Yeah. Now, I don't believe that there are any baby teeth listeners to this program.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't believe that we have any listeners that really have still their baby teeth in.
Baby teeth are out by like what, 7 or 8?
Yeah, by 7 or 8.
Yeah, around there.
So in this instance, if you are in your car with someone who still gets visits from the tooth fairy, do me a favor real quick for 60 seconds, turn your radio down. Are we there? Are you good? Did you turn it down? Listen to this one. For 2 decades, a pediatric dentist in Seattle has quietly answered thousands of emails as the tooth fairy, keeping childhood magic alive for kids and sometimes for grown-ups too. Dr. Purva Merchant's journey into the side gig began in 2004 when a quirky email address created by her now husband as a way to more easily corral information related to her dental school applications received a message addressed to the tooth fairy. It asked her to explain why she had missed Callum's house for 2 nights in a row. The message sent to a realistic-sounding email address by a forgetful parent who was trying to appease the kid, not knowing that Merchant was actually on the receiving end. Now, as the New York Times report, Merchant sent a response and embraced the role that organically developed. She asked the paper to withhold her email address so she doesn't get swamped, but admits it's pretty easy to guess. She responds now to 3 to 5 messages a day, crafting gentle reassurances for disappointed or skeptical kids around the globe who've been stiffed by the tooth fairy.
Oh, yeah.
And she said she sent about 6,000 responses over the years. Her replies are part logical, part whimsical. When asked what she looked like, she explains she looks like a fairy. And each message ends the same with a signature of encouragement. Happy growing up.
All right.
So if you didn't know it, the tooth fairy lives in Seattle.
And read your emails.
Exactly.
Who knew, man?
So our question, how did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
Live Night, the livest radio you will ever see. Everything is performed live. Live hosts, live sound effects, live voice actors, live screw-ups, live laughs, and of course, live music. The Daily Mix Show, totally live. The Men's Room, totally live. Live Night returns February 13th. Live Night 2026. Yachty and naughty. No flares, no lifeboat. All live. What could possibly go wrong?
Because it was too loose, and then and then he starts running down the riverbank. This is horrible.
Wait, did he chase it at all?
Yes, for like a mile, trying to see if he can find it.
Terrible, man.
I know it is terrible. We should not be laughing at this.
We should not.
But I still like.
They already have breathing issues, man.
I know that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I started
I don't know if
laughing.
they're the best swimmers either.
Because we're talking about
Probably
pugs.
not. No.
Just a freaking potato in the river, man.
Oh my God, it's really happened. I swear to God.
Oh my god.
We're not doubting you. It's just bad.
I'm having a really hard.
He chased
I'm really having a hard time not saying his
This is
name.
like Milo and Otis, except
Yeah.
for Otis didn't make it.
Did he say, like, whether or not he can still see the dog when he's chasing it down the river? Or
You know what? I didn't want to continue the story because it was just like
to get more upset?
Look, man. It's not that it's not. He only had the dog for a week.
I know.
So I mean, like when he's telling the story, I'm just like, because he used to bring he brings the dogs into the bar, right?
Did he have a
asked,
birthday?
didn't you?
Did he have a birthday recently?
No.
All right,
Okay,
not
so not
guy.
that guy.
Okay.
No. This was this is another guy I know, but he ended up getting two more, and they're very nice pugs that he has now. This has been years ago.
Goes nowhere
This
near
has,
the
been,
river.
this has been years ago that this happened. But I mean, like,
He doesn't even let him look at water.
It was one of those things where I needed to tell someone immediately to him about this because it could only happen to him. Right. Like he's the guy. It's like it's awful. It's absolutely awful. I just cannot.
chased
I
him
could just
for a
see him.
mile.
I could just see him running down the riverbank
Man, no.
with an empty leash and chain
That's
and a
terrible.
backpack. I know it is, man. I'm sorry. That's the story. I mean, that's just what happened.
Oh, man. That
Poor
sucks.
dogs. Poor dogs. Probably back. They probably just run as fast as they can for miles.
Oh, my God.
I know. I know we should not be laughing.
Jesus Christ. That is.
It's been years ago. I'm sure maybe the dog swam to freedom. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yep.
absolutely right.
Yeah, that's what happened.
He's eating nothing but free dog treats and raw hide bones, man. Right across that
himself
Rainbow
to shore.
Bridge.
Yeah.
Was he up in like Darrington or
He was in
Arlington?
what is it? This Swamish River.
Oh, so not well. The Stillaguamish. I know it.
Still
I've had,
Squamish, still
I've had a lot of great times in the Stilly up in Darrington.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't drown.
Well, apparently the current was whipping that day too. So that's one of the reasons you want to get the dog off the side of the river because the current was coming up. It was either in the fall or the spring.
Oh, man.
The river was too fast.
Call it with your bug stories. That poor guy called from a bug rescue.
Well, I
And
told
Miles
my
was
bug
like,
story.
oh.
I got a bug
wait,
story.
I got
Well,
a
as soon as
bug
he said the
story.
river, he said the river. So I'm like, that's the river where the dog went in.
Tell you a pug that needed rescue up there on the river.
Oh my God. He's like, we're looking at the bald eagles, blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know.
That bald eagle was looking at that
I
bug
was
in the
gonna say,
water,
it feels
too.
like your buddy was just tempting this pug with danger.
Well, the bug wanted to go down to the river.
Of
Right,
course
but
it-
if I would not, if I
My
had a,
kids want to put a
You know,
fork in an electric
But
socket, man. But just stop them.
you know when your dog is got its eyes on something and you try to pull
Right, right.
he doesn't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, look, it was just the angle of it. When he pulled the leash,
That'll teach him.
The color popped off the top of his head and he's gone.
And slipped.
He's gone. Because he's doing the tug of war thing too.
Right.
He's trying not to go up that hill. And as soon as
Right, it's like letting go of a
as soon
rope.
as the tension's gone.
Right. Thump. Damn.
This is not funny.
I know it's not. It's just what happened. I mean, I'm not telling you to laugh about this. Ted's not laughing.
Oh, man. Ted laughed before you told the story because somehow he already knew.
I knew. Just your reaction when he said Stiller Grown.
Oh, man.
Right, I spent summers in that Stilly. I'd never heard Miles say anything about the Stilly. But then with pugs, I just start laughing. Like, they can't breathe already, so they ain't going to end well.
No.
You were right.
Who tried to do some good and didn't work out? 206-803-RON. Poor little guy.
That was just trouble from the start. I got a story about a pug in a river.
Probably still swimming.
It's still out there, Miles.
He's still alive.
It's still fine.
I should not have told that story.
Legend has it he lives at the beach now. So that's where the river
I hope
ends.
so.
Oh, yeah, he survived. He's
I would
fine.
like to think that dog made it.
Yeah, he's out in Ocean Shores.
We would all like to think that, but he didn't.
There's a lot of things I'd like to think.
There's no freaking way a pug of all the animals.
Man, man.
I like to think I'm 6'2".
Yeah, no.
Just bought him a brand new sweater, apparently.
Probably weighed him down.
He was in that. Yeah. It's cold. All right, where are we headed to now on our end-of-year spectacular?
We're going to crack open the vault here, Miles. We're going to go all the way back to the year of 2013 for another Caller of the Year submission at this point. Look, we've all had our own alone time, as it were. And we've all had that alone time interrupted, okay? We've all had somebody burst in the door. We've had a phone call, a text message. But sometimes you get news that really just kind of kills the mood. Let's
go back in time.
Time.
Hello, Susie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, this is.
Hola.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
This is very, it's personal, but it's funny because it's been a while. I was masturbating one day.
Yes, one day.
So long ago.
Day, my sister called me and said, when I looked over at the caller ID, I'm like, should I answer it? Should I not answer it? So I went ahead and answered it. And so I answered it, and she goes, Susie, and I go, yeah. And as soon as she said my name, I'm like, this is bad. She goes, Mom died.
Christ, man. You found out that your mother died while you were masturbating.
The baddest part about it was that it took me like 10 months before I could even think about masturbating again because
You had to start dating someone right away.
So, like, every time you're prepared to masturbate, like you'd break into tears or something like this, I mean...
Well, I dropped my apparatus and I just kind of fell to my knees, and that was it.
Did you? Did it make the funeral go a little better though? I mean, I hope that you could at least kind of chuckle a little bit. I mean, in that serious of a situation.
Let me tell you, I've been a firm believer that you've all said it. After a certain amount of time, it's just the most horrible thing is just funny. No, I didn't even think about it. Now I can. It's been 8 years. Now it's funny, but it took a while.
I bet it did.
It took 10 months to masturbate again. I mean, but was it a delicate thing? Did you just kind of... I don't know. I mean, did you finally just reach a breaking point? Like, I got to take care of me, or what?
No, when I looked at the phone, the plane was getting ready to land, and I'm like, shouldn't I? And I like, go ahead.
The plane was coming in
and landing.
Damn, man.
That is.
Why did you answer the phone? Because I would think, like, maybe if the plane had.
KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Going on a slingshot ride that sends you into the air at intense speeds isn't nerve-wracking enough, but for James Dunham, the experience was worsened when he lost his front tooth in the process. Luckily, though, for the internet, the whole thing was captured on video.
Yay!
Now, they say, like all rides in the slingshot, the footage was uploaded to the Daytona Slingshots Facebook page, where actually you can go there and watch the experience. After being noticed and posted on TikTok, the clip has amassed over 1.5 million likes. The clip sees the coach screaming alongside one of his cheer team students at the Daytona Beach ride before his fake front tooth unexpectedly falls out of his mouth. Shock visibly sets into Dunham, who stops screaming or smiling, but not for long. After a while, he turns to the girl and says, "You want to hear something really crazy?" Although she says no.
I love that.
He continues,
No.
"I got fake teeth, and they just flew out when I yelled." The girl, who is clearly entertained by the situation, begins hysterically laughing when he smiles, showing her his new lack of front teeth. "You don't have teeth," she says, in between laughs. "No," he says. She asks the question we're all thinking and says, "Where did it go? Why didn't you take it out before you went?" she continued. He says, "Because I've never had that happen before." With partial fake teeth ranging on average between $700 and $3,000, it became one expensive slingshot ride. Now, they say, although most have mistaken the encounter for a date gone wrong, Dunham confirmed the whole cheer team were waiting on the ground along with everyone's parents. He also confirmed that he has since received a new tooth to replace the lost one. He said he managed to lose his own teeth in the first place, saying, "I was in the 6th grade, we're playing basketball at recess, and I was running for a loose ball and just got shoved in the back. And when I got shoved, I went face first into the bleachers."
That'll do it. Ooh.
So our question, how did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, JB. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, hola.
Hola.
All right, so kind of a perfect timing for this. I had an abscess tooth the week before the Super Bowl, and I went to my dentist, and he said, "I can't pull this until you take a whole round of antibiotics, and that means you can't have even so much as a sniff of alcohol for the next 7 days." Right before the Super Bowl.
And I'm assuming that you're also in a lot of pain at this time, right?
Oh my God! I actually was in a class, and I walked to the front to the teacher and said, "I'm leaving."
I get it,
She
man.
said, "Why?" And I said, my head is going to explode."
Yeah, I think toothaches are some of the most unbearable pain. But you had to wait a week before they would do it. Why did you have to wait? I've had one emergency tooth extraction. It was on a weekend, and I've been in crippling pain like you were for a couple of days. My wife, as wives do, was finally like, "Go get this S checked out." My buddy, and this was at night too, so my buddy knows a dentist very well, Batman. Somehow made this call. This woman agreed. She was not my normal dentist. She agreed to come in. I had to go to Magnolia, and she extracted the tooth that night. She's the one who would let me keep my tooth.
Oh, yeah.
But she extracted but tooth that night, but I did not have to wait a week. It was just, let's go.
How old were you when this happened?
Yeah. I'm sorry, what?
How old were you when this went down?
Oh, God, probably mid-20s.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
It was a long time ago. But, I mean, like, they told me I had to go through a whole round of antibiotics because the thing was so infected that if they would have pulled it, it would have just caused even more problems.
And what exactly? I mean,
yeah,
I hear an abscess tooth. I know it's negative. I know that it is bad. But what actually has happened to the tooth for it to be called abscess?
It's infected. It's just like it's just this big blob of bad, juju in your mouth.
And it's what, under the gum line at the roots, I guess?
Yeah. And it was the exact back tooth. It wasn't my my wisdom tooth, but it was the one right in front of that, and it was awful.
Did you get it
was
done?
Terrible.
Or did you push it off because of the Super Bowl?
No, I got it done.
All right.
I sat by myself in a lazy boy chair watching the Super Bowl in the dark. I think it was the year that the Bills missed the freaking field goal right at the end.
Oh, that was their first. Yeah, the
Giants
Bills
won.
Yep. That was their first shot.
Yeah.
Wide right, Scott Norwood.
Nasty. Yeah. Yes. Norwood.
Norwood missed it right. Yep. I remember that.
Damn.
When I was,
have you had your wisdom teeth pulled out?
Oh yeah. I went to an Army doctor who pulled my teeth out. He had his own practice, but he had been an Army doctor up until this point.
Okay.
So I was awake during the entire procedure. The anesthesias were all local, and he went in with pliers, and he went in
with a chisel,
yeah,
and a hammer,
yeah, like a screwdriver. Because some just come out on their own, others need to be cracked and taken out in pieces.
And you can hear them twisting the bone in your skull.
And the first one needed to be cracked, and I was hoping he could just pull it out, and goes through the process, gets this entire thing out, and I'm praying to God that the next one comes out, and it did, and I was like, thank God. Then he goes to the top, and 3 out of the 4 teeth needed to be chiseled out.
Yeah, just the sound.
Not only
man.
that, but I have another molar that is up in my jawline. So I had a 5th molar that is still stuck in my cheek.
I would say all of my wisdom teeth are stuck in my face. Right? So they do the x-rays every time, and they say, we know you have not had your wisdom teeth taken out. I'm like, I haven't. They're like, they haven't dropped. Did they cause you any problems? I'm like, man, I'm completely unaware of them until I show up at the dentist and you guys do the x-rays. And I'm like, do I need to get them out? They're like, we can if you just want to have a surgery to get them out. But they're like, at your age, it is unlikely. That, and I am so grateful for that because no one who's gotten a wisdom teeth out has ever had a great story about the experience.
I thought they had to come out.
I think.
I mean, you might. I guess that you're a rare case because obviously the dentist told
they
you
just
don't
won't
have to.
drop, right? So I think if they break the gum line, it's important to get them out of there. I'm not sure the whole thing, but with me, they're like, look, man, and the best we can tell by the x-rays, like, you develop them because all human beings, I believe, end up with these, but yours have not moved since we started seeing you, like in 15 years. They're like, they're not even trying to do anything. Basically, I have lazy wisdom teeth, and I'm very, very appreciative
I went,
of that.
and I mean, this was years ago. We were still in Maryland just to get, like, something just felt weird with one of them. And they were just like, just come in next week. We'll take them all out.
They'll never just pull one.
Right. And I just remember the dentist was like, well, basically in time, almost everybody has to have them out. But I was lucky. I mean, they put me full under.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I had my emergency extraction, the same thing as Miles. I mean, you got the locals, and I didn't care the tools she had to use. I was not prepared for the sound that you hear in your head. So it's like when you plug your ears and talk, you sound louder to yourself.
Yeah.
So when it's already inside of your head, it's super loud, and then it's nothing but the sound of cracking, and you realize they're breaking bones off of my skull. That is essentially what's going on.
Yeah.
And that kind of made it uncomfortable. Then she showed me the tooth. It looked effed up, man, but she showed it to me. I'm like, can I keep it? She goes, no. I'm like, well, it's my tooth. She's like, I know. I said, well, why can't I keep it? And she explained, it's a biohazard.
Infection.
It's like when we remove something from the human body and it's infected, we don't give it to you.
Right.
It's like,
when I had that emergency one, right, I had a root canal. That's the famous story where I go, Doc, I need more gas. And he's like, there's no nerves. You shouldn't be feeling anything at this point.
Damn.
Like, but I'm feeling good.
Right, because he had already done the hard part. It's basically like, can I just have some? That's basically what I was asking for.
Yeah.
Can I just give me a shot? Here's a funny one for you. 8th grade Mrs. Adams English class.
Okay.
I will never forget this. I got an oral book report. Don't remember what the book was. It wasn't the one where I accidentally quoted the fact that I watched a movie.
Gregory Peck. Yeah.
I do remember that. Yeah, that was not good. Kill a Mockingbird. Blew that one. But so I'm up there giving the oral report, and at the time I'd just gotten braces.
Okay.
And part of the deal back then, and these are the old metal versions. Just, I mean, they're cutting up the inside.
Did you have
of
the
mouth.
Saturn ring too, or just the braces?
I just had the braces.
Okay.
But man, they were so rough. You had to kind of pack them with wax, just so that they wouldn't rub the insides of your cheek. Like you got a little little thing of wax to put in, like beeswax.
Kids
or
have
something.
no idea now.
It was horrible. But one of the things that I also had was an overbite. And with an overbite, they used to give you these rubber bands, and you would clip them to the top of your teeth.
Is that what the rubber bands were for?
Yeah, they're for to
I
readjust
never
your
knew
jaw.
because, again, probably about the same age. Like the kids at my school that had braces, some of them had rubber bands, some of them did not. I never knew why, but okay, now I know.
I get up there and I do my book report. In the middle of my book report, I don't know what the hell I was talking about, but as I'm doing the report, one of the rubber bands decides it's going to let go and it shoots out. Okay?
And you hear it too, like
everybody saw it. No, it flies under the Lisa Shuttleworth was. I will never forget this. It hit her in the shoulder and dropped down in her lap, and she's like, "Ew, ew." Everyone saw the damn thing flying, so everyone's just bursting out laughing.
How mortified are you?
I'm just like, oh man, sorry, So I stop for a second. I go over. I pick it up off of her thigh, and I'm holding on to it while I'm doing my book report. So at the end of the book report, Mrs. Adams, by the way, I'm facing the class. She's sitting in her desk listening to the report.
Yeah.
Now, I still have this on paper. I still need to turn in I'm just reading off of my written report, right? But I got to turn that thing in. So at the end of the report, she's like, great job, blah, blah, blah. She knew the book.
Humble brag.
So I walk over, and she said something else. And when I'm talking to her, because I guess the tension, the other one flies out and smacks her in the forehead. I mean, in the forehead, dude. Like ding pop. And now I mean, it's mayhem in the classroom. It is absolute, like, no one can keep it together. She actually handed me my other rubber bands. I remember. Then I went to the bathroom and put it back in. And when I walked back into the class, the entire class burst out laughing again. And I'm just like, man, my bad.
You shot her in the forehead.
I shot Lisa Shuttlesworth in the shoulder, and I shot my teacher in the forehead with 2 separate bands. And one book award.
Damn.
Ding, pow. It's like, man, like, people were like, they would walk up to me like, don't answer.
Right.
Just dodge me. Like, don't hit me in the face with the freaking rubber band.
Did you get food stuck in there?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Like, I had a cousin.
I had a water pick, dude.
Yeah, and he had them in there. And I remember once we went to breakfast, and I'm probably exaggerating as I don't remember the time, but it seemed like it was half an hour later. And I was like, what are you chewing on? He's like, sausage. I'm like, from breakfast?
Yeah. Yes. Well, I was lucky. My aunt was a dentist, and that was not very regular at the time to give people water picks.
No, not at all.
So I had this big ass machine. I mean, just think like anything that's antiquated. It looked much bigger than it needed to be. But it was always sitting on my sink. So my friends came over. Like, what is that? I'm like, it's a water pick. They're like, can I try it? You know, so everybody was pretty well interested in that too.
That was like cutting edge technology, man. Kids now, man. One, we're growing up. How many people called you brace face?
Oh God,
right, exactly.
Metal mouth, whatever.
I never hear it now. Right, the kids get braces. None of the other
4
kids
eyes.
care.
I mean, think about all.
You don't get 4, nothing. Right, kids now they which is a good thing, but also kids get Invisalign. So my son's telling me that one of his buddies just got braces. Right, because I guess all things that involve the teeth they just call braces. So this kid comes over. And the kid's like, hi, Mr. Steve. And I'm looking at him, and the kid probably freaked out because I'm just staring at his mouth. And I don't see anything. And I'm like, dude, I was told that you just got braces. This is how it comes together. So it's Invisalign, all right? But the way he said it is like, I just got Invisalign. I was like, oh, Jesus, dude. I was like,
now you're like the waitress at Outback.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I would not have known until because I can't see him because he's like, you can barely tell that they're there. I'm like, yeah, listen, man, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I can tell you got braces. I'm like, but you can't see them.
What was it, 7 spices?
Seven spices of each state. Yeah, I know.
Maybe she had Invisalign braces.
Yeah. No, she had braces.
Oh, she did. She? Well, there you go.
Or no, it might have just been a lisp.
Right.
Okay, that was awful.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I see more adults with braces now, though. And you're right. When I was a kid, it was like
you did not want to get braces.
And that, but like, when you see athletes all the time,
sure.
Like I know more adults that get them than anybody else.
Absolutely, man. But like I said, with Invisalign, it helps. I just was looking at this kid like, dude, you can't even tell. Nah, I got Invisalign, so no one can tell I have braces. I'm like,
yes, his eyes bug out too. See if I can see like he's insane.
I think I'm adding that part. But right. I mean, when he started talking to me, I took everything not to laugh. I was like, oh, buddy, because I've known this kid for years at that point. Like,
this is gonna be years of this.
Yeah, people can tell, man. Mr. Steve.
How did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
Just telling, man. I would not have. No one can tell. I'm like, are you sure?
My guy.
I'm sure. Hello, Richard. Welcome to the men's room. Said men's line.
Hola.
Hola.
So, I want to say I was like in 2nd grade when this happened. I was riding my bike around my old neighborhood, and I was going down this hill super, super fast. And I just gotten onto like one of those kind of smaller mountain bikes.
Yeah.
Where you can't pedal backwards to brake, and I've never had no experience with one of those. So my stupid head decided to hit the front brakes and sent me over the handlebars and face first into the pavement, causing me to chip one of my teeth, and it forced my 2 front teeth inwards.
Oh. So you look like a snake, kind of.
Yeah.
Now, I guess you go home, and will they take you to the dentist, or do they take you to the hospital?
My mom threw an ice pack on it and said, you're good.
Well, I'm assuming they were still your baby teeth, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why. The parents just making a logical decision. They're going to come out anyway.
Yeah, that's. I never care if my kids had a problem with the baby teeth. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But how about when your adult teeth grew in? Did they grow in normally?
No, my adult teeth are still kind of crooked. So sometimes, like they point kind of inwards, almost at like both kind of like a slight 45-degree angle.
Maybe you like bent the root system.
I think that's what I did, but yeah, I remember like the next day when I woke up, I had like a scab all over my face.
With your teeth kind of angled in, do you bite your tongue more than the average person?
I think so, because there are so many times I've bitten my tongue. I don't even know what the average person biting their tongue is.
I'm going to say, look, when it happens, you're always shocked because you're like, your teeth and your tongue, they have this understanding about who takes what space, so it really annoys people, but maybe once a year.
Well,
maybe.
You've been chewing your entire life. You figure you got this one down like walking, but every once in a while you fall.
Right, you bite your own frickin'
Or
tongue.
you bite the inside of your cheek or whatever the deal is.
Well, how many times do you think you bite your tongue in a year?
Ooh, I would probably say 5.
That's more than most people. That's more.
That is. It doesn't seem as high as I thought he was going to say.
Right. I mean, we're almost disappointed, but good for you. It's
What
still
is-
more than the average.
What is the science behind the human body and baby teeth? Because there's really nothing else that we reproduce on our body. Is there? Am I losing my mind on that?
It might just
I'm missing
be
something.
the space in your mouth. Although I'm not sure, but think about it. When you're born, your skull is 5
But you
separate
already
pieces.
have them in there. Like
Right,
the
they're
adult
already up
teeth are
there.
already in your mouth.
That's a good point.
No matter what. So why don't you just get those to start?
Well, the same thing with puppies, though, right?
I feel like most animals just lose teeth.
Do they? I mean,
but if
do
we lose a
cats-
teeth now, you can't. It doesn't grow another one.
Right.
I mean, only
So
sharks,
why?
I think, regenerate. I mean, you get 2 sets, right? So you got the baby teeth, and I honestly don't know
why.
But you know what? Honestly, it might have to do with the fact that you're a mammal and that, in theory, you breastfeed.
I don't know.
Right, and it's just why I don't know if you want adult teeth.
Are we the only animals
clamping
that
down.
have baby teeth?
No,
No,
puppies.
most mammal. I just looked it up. Most mammals, including like dogs, cats, have baby teeth
I'm guessing it's
that
a
fall
suckling
out
thing.
replaced by permanent.
See, but I've never
I
seen
don't
I've never
know.
seen a tooth from one of my kittens or from a puppy.
I haven't seen it from my cat, but I definitely saw it from the dog.
You did see a tooth.
Yeah, because, and puppies, one thing, they're going to chew and bite on anything that they possibly can, right? That's their go-to, and they're razor sharp. They're tiny, but you would mess with like a rope toys and all that kind of thing, you would find the occasional fang embedded in there. Yeah.
How did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Shannon. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how's it going? Long time listener, first time caller.
Thank you,
welcome
man.
to the show.
Hello. We appreciate that.
So my story is actually about my wife. She kind of has this condition. I've never pinned it down, but she basically faints occasionally. It's only happened a couple times, but she was at work at a movie theater, and she fainted while kind of working. She was still trying to work. She standing up, and she basically fell flat on her face, and it knocked her front tooth clean out.
Just one of them?
Just one of them. Split her scalp, split her forehead, and
Jesus.
knocked her tooth out.
And were you guys already
And then-
married when this happened?
Not at the time. We were just dating at the time.
How much
the
uglier
worst-
did she look? And this is no insult, but no one looks better missing a tooth, right? There's just no one on this earth where you take out a
Yeah.
tooth and you say, "Oh, that's what we were looking for."
Nice.
I mean, so
Yeah,
when
it
you
was not-
see
it
her,
was not a great look.
What
yeah.
what do you know what kind of condition she has?
Some type of anemia of
Now,
some sort.
is it-
She's only passed out about 5 times. We've been together for like 12 years, and she's passed out like 5 times.
What I mean, do you worry about her driving? I mean, do you think she
Yes,
should walk around
all
with a
the
helmet
time.
on, or when she's
I
swimming?
worry about her all the time. We actually went to Mexico about a year and a half ago, and she had kind of a faint spell on the plane, and they almost diverted the plane.
why did they
worried
not?
she
Were
was
you
fine.
like, "Do not divert this"? It's
There
just
was
something she does.
A doctor. There was an actual like military doctor on the flight, and he had stuff with him, and they checked her out and said she was okay.
How long is she out when she passes out?
About 2 or 3 minutes. It's just a couple minutes, and then she's out. But
It's
the
not
worst part of the story. Oh, sorry. The worst part of the story is that when the paramedics came, she was at work, so they called the paramedics immediately. Paramedics came, they found the tooth on the ground, rinsed it out, and said, "This is going to hurt," and then they shoved it back into her face.
Oh, did it
Really
stick?
hard.
Did it stick?
It did. It stuck it actually was fine for about 2 years.
Wow.
And then
I didn't know you could do that.
Eventually our gums pushed it back out after about 2 years. But
Now,
it lasted a pretty long time.
Is she having a seizure? Is it related to that, or is it like more of a fainting spell?
No doctor has really been able to pin it down. Like they're not there to see it happen, so they can't really check her vitals.
Does she tell you it's going to happen before it happens? Is she like, honey, it's coming on?
Usually, yeah. She starts to get sweaty, and she kind of gets shaky, and
she might be smoking crack, brother. That sounds like symptoms of smoking crack.
Hopefully, if she's alone, it gives her enough time now, enough warning, where she can actually just sit down somewhere, right?
She usually has about 2 minutes warning. And she just starts not to feel good, and she'll start to get sweaty and hot, and then she kind of has learned to kind of recognize that. But earlier on, when we were first dating, it hadn't happened enough times for her to really recognize the signs. So,
wow. Okay. Good times.
Stuff. Our question: how did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
The hospital at the time too, so kind of.
Oh man!
Did you ever? Did you share this information with anybody at the time?
No. Actually, this is the very first time. My daughter's sitting here going, "Gross, Mom." Gross.
Oh man! Oh God!
Hey, stuff like that happens, man. We're all.
Yeah. Stuff like that does not happen. It just happens.
Wait a minute, so your kid's sitting there right now?
Say again?
So your kid's sitting there right now hearing this story for the first time?
Yeah, well, she's 23. She's not a kid.
No, but still, now, but hang on. Now your daughter can answer this question. The oddest time I ever heard about my grandma time when I found out my mom was masturbating.
And the plane was coming in for a landing.
Your call's a trifecta.
You guys just passed from generation to generation.
Wow.
Goddamn.
I'm holding my granddaughter at the time, too.
Well, then she knows.
Family thing.
Wow, man. Yeah, that's...
Thank you for the call.
That is a strong way to start the show right there.
It's unbelievable.
Hey, what are you doing? Don't worry about it. Mom died.
Ah,
jeez.
Where is the oddest place that you have found out important news?
He's sitting next to my mother when she called a radio show.
That was a question.
Wow, yeah. That's a good answer.
Yeah. Plane was coming in for a landing. That's the quote of that one. Jesus. More of the end-of-year spectacular coming up next.
The Advocate.
If you do happen to check out the show, do us a favor and smash the like burger, as we like to call it. Give us the old thumbs up there. Our question: what was the most embarrassing mistake you've ever made? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Boone. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Hey, okay, so this is kind of, I'll just tell you the story. So my friend and I were riding on our bikes, motorcycles down Schuster Parkway, nice day, a couple years ago in the summer, and he got into it with the car, and the car won. And he almost went over the railing, but needless to say, he passed away. And so I made it home, went down every alley. I was only 5 minutes from home. It took me about a half hour to get my bike home because I was so paranoid. Got home, walked around in circles like a stray cat. I didn't know what to do. I just sat there with my girlfriend all night. And about 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, I'm not calling anybody. I don't even know what to do. I'm so distraught. I just lost my one of my best buddies. And so I'm just lost. And so 2:30 comes along. And somebody pounds on the door, boom, 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 and I'm like frozen. What the hell? You know, I'm just like, what is going on? Who is that? And so my girlfriend starts talking, And so then the door pounds again, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, who is it? And she goes, who's this? And I go, Tracy? And she goes, Mike? And so anyways, it was my sister. So I fly open the door and I'm like, oh my God, what's up? And she's like, white as a ghost. And she's like, she just about collapsed in my arms. And she goes, the medical examiner, Pierce County, just called Mom and called me because we're both on your emergency contact list. And they called both of us, and luckily Mom didn't answer the phone at 2:00 in the morning, but I did, and she said that they wanted me to come down and identify your body. And I'm like, what? And she is like, oh my! I mean, we're just lost, but we're so excited. We went from pure, she was lost. I mean, her husband, Rick, everybody, they were just like, they called my other brothers, and everybody was just so screwed up with it. And
so wait, did everyone in your family think you were dead at this point?
Everybody did except my mom, thank God.
Don't tell Mom.
Wow. Thank God. Yeah, my mom would have died right there.
Jesus.
But so the medical examiner tells her to come down. So then she explains what happened to us, and so I am like, screw that. So then I called down to the medical examiner's office. I honestly, you guys, I can't remember if I called right then or if I called it first thing in the morning. I think I called right after she left, but I said, hello. And he said, hi, there's a medical, Pierce County Medical. And I said, hi, this is Mike Boone. Who do I talk to about coming back to life? And he's like, excuse me? And he goes, and he said, he said my name. And I go, yeah. And he goes, what?
What?
He was frozen.
How did they make the mistake?
This is what happened. So as I'm sitting on the curb, I'm sitting there and there's a million, it's cops, everybody, ambulance, everybody. They're doing CPR on my friend. They just pulled me off of them and just sat me down. And I had an interview with a detective, a cop, a first responder, a medical person, from the ambulance. And I give him all of my information. My friend, I didn't know this, but my friend didn't have his ID with him. So I gave them all of his information. And I gave all my information. I gave them my ID. I gave them my driver's license. They filled out. I watched them fill everything out. And so all they did was they screwed up that my buddy Steve didn't, that he was the one that was alive and that I was the one that was dead. And so when they, and they called down there and it was just, those guys were just as lost as my sister was when I called them and said, yeah, this is Boone. They're like, what?
Okay, but here's my question then. All right, so I understand how they made the mistake, right?
Okay.
But that means no one has contacted your friend Steve's family. Who does that fall on? Is that the coroner? Do you have to make that call? Or, what happens next? So you still have to tell the family.
I called, his, I would say next of kin was a best friend of his dad's house that he lived at. And that's where he lived. And so I went over there and told him, and that was probably the worst thing I'd ever had to do in my life.
I think it probably will always be that.
Awful. Yeah. Just it's a hell of a 24 hours.
I hope it is. Yes.
I can't think of anything worse as far as having to tell somebody something.
Horrible.
Yeah, man, oh man.
How many years ago was that?
It's only 2.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. That sucks.
No, it's cool. He, it's funny because I helped him buy his motorcycle. It's super quick, but I helped him buy his motorcycle, just a few $100 so he could get it. And he said, I go, dude, since I got part of this, I don't want to have to scrape you off the road or anything. We just, be responsible. And he grabs me by the shoulders and he goes, look at me with the biggest grin on his face. And he goes, if I die on this thing, I'm going to die the happiest dude in the whole world. I have never been this happy in 15, 20 years. And I go, all right. And that's said. Who about 2 weeks later.
Who was honestly at fault?
It was the medical. No, it could have been the medical examiner. It was
the accident. As far as the accident goes.
Oh, the accident. The guy cut him off, and he tried to catch up to him, and I was like, I unfortunately had to hear the whole thing on my intercom on my helmet, And that was probably the worst thing of the accident. Other than watching it all happen in front of me, he almost went over the guardrail and went onto oncoming traffic, like 30 feet down.
Was he alert at all for any amount of time after the accident, or was he knocked out?
No. I saw him his helmet bounced off of one of those 8x8 posts that hold the guardrail on.
Jeez, wow.
And he did a pirouette, and he was just laying face up, and I looked at him, and I just closed his eyes with my fingers. That was the only thing I had to do. And then the people pulled me off of him because, they were just like, we can do it. We got him. And I'm like, hey, make sure, don't take his helmet off.
KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
A law summer intern was reportedly tossed from an elite Manhattan law firm after repeatedly bearing the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth. A summer associate at white shoe firm Sidney Austin began biting colleagues and roaring at them on her first day. And by the time she was canned, her body count had reached double digits. Insiders told the site Above the Law. The bites were not in an aggressive, we're beefing way, but rather a faux, quirky, manic pixie dream girl crossed with a Donner Party vibe, according to the outlet.
A Donner Party vibe, okay.
Though I've seen pics of the results, post Bigler Biter and Nibbler is probably too tame of a word. It's unclear why so many let this go before reporting the Big Law Biter. But the rumor is she's otherwise personable, and there was some reluctance to elevate the matter. A jaw-dropping account of the chomping spree was posted on X, and the girl sank her teeth into 10 colleagues, including other summer interns, associate lawyers, even an HR rep at the firm's 7th Avenue offices.
That's who you want to target, is the HR rep.
It was such a repeated thing that her office mate started wearing long-sleeve shirts to the office because she kept getting bit. An image also posted on X shows a mouth-sized bruise on someone's outer bicep, an injury allegedly inflicted by the naughting intern. The firm declined to comment, but an insider told the Post the intern bit only 5 employees.
Oh, okay.
And that exaggerations were now flooding the internet.
Well, she bit 5 people, man.
Yeah.
That's plenty.
My God, I will never forget. I cannot remember what kind of show we were doing. I'm not sure where it was. Might have been at the Showbox.
It was.
Or Showbox Soto.
Soto, yeah.
It was definitely a Showbox Soto. And we had some rock girls there. I don't know if it was a rock girl gala. I don't know if it was just one of our regular shows. Rock girls always showed up.
Yeah.
But one girl in the dressing area, she was having she was having a time of it. Whatever was going on with her.
What did you observe?
Well, I didn't really observe anything, and I wasn't really talking to her at the time. Matter of fact, I was talking to Gilby Clarke, who used to be a guitarist in Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. What band was he in when he showed up? But yeah, I remember him being there.
I'm not sure if he was doing solo stuff or whatever the deal is. Anyway, I think he was playing with a band, or he was there to watch a band, so he leaves. And I'm in there with like 2 rock girls. I sit on the couch for a minute just to take a rest. They're talking to each other. I have no idea. She grabbed my arm and picked it up and just chomped right down into it. And I don't even know this woman. I don't know her name. I have never been introduced to her. I have no idea who she is.
Maybe she was an intern.
I had seen her before. She was, in fact, a rock girl.
Sure.
But the bite mark on my arm, based on her condition, seriously worried me. Like, I was like, I'm dead serious. I know this is exaggerated. But
did she break the skin?
Is she rabid? Am I going to get some kind of meth disease? Does she have like an infectious mouth? Whatever. Like anytime you're bit by anything.
Did it break the skin?
Yes. Oh yeah. Her 2 front teeth broke my skin. It was bleeding, and I'm just like, what is going on?
Did she say anything?
Well, no. I was like, I saw Dave in the hallway.
Yeah.
Hair Club, and I'm like, Hair Club. I was like, dude. I was like, I just got bit by a rock girl. And he's like, what did you say to her? And I'm like, I didn't say anything.
That's a fair first
question. And he's
question.
like, BS, Montgomery. I know you. What came out of your mouth? What did you say to this woman? And I was like, Dave, I swear to Christ, I didn't say anything. I was like, look at this thing, man. And it was starting to bleed. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So, I go into the bathroom where most people in there in the stall are doing coke.
Yeah.
And wash my forearm off, man. But it kept bleeding throughout the night. I'm like, this is absolutely ridiculous. So, I went home. I did the isopropyl alcohol thing. I was worried for a while that the thing was going to get infected and swell up. But I just couldn't believe it. I was like, what in the F is going on?
And she didn't
man?
say anything. She
This
just
was
bet
early
you.
in the night. I mean, I'm not even sure the second band had come out or whatever the deal was. I don't even remember who it was. Buck Cherry, somebody, whatever the deal was. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. What the F was that? How did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
But she seriously didn't say anything.
Nothing. She would not let go. That was the thing. She wouldn't let go. I was like, I thought she was just kidding around.
Yeah.
And then it kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I was like, holy Christ. Like, let go of my freaking arm, dude, with your mouth. I almost punched her.
That's such a stupid story.
It's so stupid. I was like, I mean, to this day, it's one of those moments where I'm just like, I cannot believe that happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What in the hell, dude?
Good times. Hello, Brock. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Here, give me 1 quick second. I want to take my headphone out and put you on regular phone. Sorry, I'm still working, and I thought I timed this better, so I apologize.
Mike thought you did too.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
There we go. All right.
All right. So this is back in the late 80s. I'm in college and sophomore in college. And in high school, I took a diving class that was offered at school. It was pretty cool. And I learned how to do a bunch of different flips and dives and all that. Well, I'm in school. I've been skiing since I was 5, so I'm a shredder. And one day I decided that I was going to try to do a backflip. Since I can do it in diving class, I thought, well, shoot, I'm going to try it skiing. And found a perfect jump for it. Go to do the jump. And back then you had, the bigger the skis, the cooler you were. So I had like 210s, so they're really, really long. And I hit the jump. I kick as hard as I can, flip back. And as I'm upside down and do that kick, my ski goes flying off into the air. And I come around and land and crash because I'm on one ski. And as I'm laying there on the ground, the ski comes down out of the air and hits me right in the face and knocks 3 of my front teeth out.
Oh, damn, man.
How much blood was that?
Oh, it also was my lips, too. My lips were all swollen and, just blood everywhere. And I'm still up at the mountains and I got to go back to school. And
were you able to find your teeth in the snow, or did you just keep them in your mouth?
Well, 2 of them ended up in my mouth and one was gone on the snow. But, I was in school, too, so then I was all embarrassed. And I couldn't go to class because my lips are all swollen. I'm missing my front teeth. I had to go back to Seattle and, do the dentist thing. And they ended up putting like a fake tooth in where I could pop them out.
Yeah.
And that was the fun thing to do at the parties because I'm in college. I'd drop them in people's drinks when I was at a kegger and stuff.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
And the one thing that sucks now, though, is, I was 19, 20 years old, and now I'm 57. And over time, your teeth change, and that bridge just stayed the same. So
they just stay white, right?
Yeah, so it doesn't match up as well.
Now with the bridge, is that something that you take out and put back in like a retainer?
Well, no, these are permanent now. These are permanent.
Because I do remember people used to have like a retainer they would put in that would take the spots of the teeth that were missing.
We know a guy.
I thought they were called a partial.
Is it called a partial?
Is that what the partial is?
Right, if it's just like 1 or 2 teeth, you can like take them out and put them back in.
Yeah, there's a guy that we know. He lives in Portland now.
Yeah.
And I did not know. I didn't know he had fake teeth, right? I had no idea at all. And so I had known this guy for about 2 years at this point. We partied together a lot at the time. And I saw him, and one time we're back at his place. Everyone's still drinking. And I look over at him, and like his 4 front teeth just aren't there. Now keep in mind, like 20 minutes before that, they had been in his mouth. So I'm staring at him like, what? So I kind of go into the kitchen. He's pouring himself a drink. I'm like, hey, man, I'm not trying to get up in your business, but what the F just happened to your teeth? He's like, what are you talking about? I said, you had a full set of teeth. And you're missing at least 4 teeth. He's like, oh, yeah. And he pulled the thing out, the partial. I had no idea. And he clipped it back in. And I'm like, I did not know that. He's like, you didn't know? I'm like, well, you didn't tell me. I would never think to ask.
Right.
And I never gave much thought to your teeth until 4 of them were missing, as I perceived it, within minutes of you formerly having a full set of teeth.
I know another buddy that has like a partial just for like part of a tooth.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't really notice, but once in a while, like it'll just fall out.
Does he realize when it happens, or you got to point it
It'll
out?
be like,
Oh, really?
And it's like, what's wrong? But it's such a small part. I think you got it fixed
What
now.
do you do when you're eating with a group of people with the potential of that thing to come out? I mean, do you take it out and put it on the
I
table?
think it depends on where the teeth are.
Sure.
Or maybe what you're eating. I don't know.
The people that always freak me out, man, and I don't know if it's a specific, like, this tooth is diseased, but you'll see someone has just a normal set of teeth in their mouth, but there's that one, and it's always up front, that is just yellow and kind of brown.
Or black.
And one person who has that, and I like this guy, I'm a fan of this guy, but Joe Flacco, all right? Been in the league for 20 years now. I don't know what it is, but ever since, and I feel like it's just getting worse. So even when he kind of first started with the Ravens, he would talk, and he's a decent human being. So he would smile in his interviews, and I'm like, man, I always focus on this one brown tooth, right? And so it's 20 years later, and they're talking to him now because he's, the backup for everybody. And I'm like, you have so much money. Like, how do you not get that fixed, man?
Yeah.
You can't not see. Even Terrell Suggs.
Well, I was going to say,
fixed his
Terrell
mouth.
Suggs, he was the one where you interviewed him. You're just like looking at his mouth, and all you saw were gums.
Gums.
It was all gums.
And his teeny, tiny.
But he got that fixed.
Yes, he did.
He eventually
because
got
he
that
has a
fixed.
mirror.
I mean, I think for Joe Flacco, just more of there's something wrong with it.
Might be a dead
Stain.
tooth.
You don't think so? I don't know, man. It always bugged me because I would always just focus on it and fixate. And I'm like, that's not fair. The man's talking about whatever, and I hear nothing.
How did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Andy. Welcome to the men's room.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I use that term loosely.
Hola.
I have a great tooth story. It does not involve any real teeth.
Okay.
I used to work at a dental lab where we made dentures. And at one point, I had taken a few teeth home with me just because I'm a freaking weirdo. And at Halloween, I decided to talk one of my buddies into getting into a fake fight with me at the bar. And we had some of those blood capsules you could use if you were a vampire.
Yeah.
And so we got into a pretty good fake fight. We really hit each other a couple times to make it look like we were really doing it. And we both ended up spitting out a couple bloody teeth on the bar floor and really freaking some people out. It was so much fun.
How old were you when you did this?
I was about 22, 23.
Yeah, that's about the right window. Did you know the bartender? Did you know a lot of people who were around you when you did this?
Oh, we knew a lot of people. We were regulars at this place, me and Dave. And they just about pooped themselves when we started getting into this fight because we were good friends. And it was fantastic. There was blood splatter and a couple teeth laying on the ground. And
so you were just packing your mouth like with a Skull Bandit with these teeth, and you're ready to spit them out.
Yeah, it was great.
I don't know if I could put someone else's teeth in my mouth, to be honest.
Well, it's making dentures.
They're fake.
So they're fake.
Oh, they're fake teeth.
Yeah, they're fake teeth for dentures.
Oh, God. All right.
I'm curious, man. How does someone get into the world of making dentures?
I needed a part-time job when I was in college, and I applied for the job. They said, "Do you have any special skills?" I said, "Oh, I'm an automotive guy. I work on stuff." And great, you can put polish and texture on the dentures for the final. I'm like, okay, cool.
So what is the process of making dentures? Obviously, you got to measure out someone's mouth, blah blah blah. But when you
so we'd get a wax mold in, like you're making jewelry. We'd get a wax mold into their mouth, and we'd do a cast release of it with this resin plastic. It set the teeth in it and all that kind of stuff, and it like a centrifugal force would spin all the heated wax out and the polymer into it, and then we'd take them and deburr them and polish them and make them all smooth. And sometimes they'd come back, we'd have to fit into their gums a little bit better.
All right, what about the paint job, right? So one of the things I've heard lately is like, even when you go to the dentist, when I look around, they'll offer caps and all that kind of thing, but they have their tooth color chart, right? So instead of just being pure white teeth, which no one other than little kids has anymore, like, and it goes from, average adult yellowish to like, I smoke meth brown, which amazes me that you would even give someone false teeth if the rest of their real teeth are already in that bad a shape. But did you also paint them?
It's just like painting anything. You add tint to the polymers and mix it all up, and you get your shades right, and away you go.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed Rex Ryan.
His super white teeth.
I mean, I don't know how the hell he got them that way, but those cannot be his teeth.
There's no way they're his teeth, man.
How did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK. I mean, back to the Flacco thing. I know I should be thinking foot fetish, but I'm not.
Oh, when you watch him talk, like, dude.
I'm just staring at his teeth the entire time.
Yeah.
Because they're so white and they're so perfect. Like, I'm fixated on it.
You know who...
I'm not even listening to what the hell he's saying.
It's one of those things I never noticed through the course of this guy's career. It just popped up online one time. But, Christ. Ben Affleck, all right? So you see him speak now. People make fun of him. He is who he is, but he has a great set of teeth. And someone posted, they said, look at Ben Affleck from Good Will Hunting, the first time we ever got to know who he is, and look at his teeth now. He had some of the most jacked teeth.
Oh, really?
Dude, I'm telling you, like, he definitely got the Hollywood makeover.
Oh, there's a ton of people, right?
With the bad teeth that
Well, I mean, I don't know that they're awful. The problem is...
His were actually
There's
awful.
so many people now that, like, have them, that, like, people with normal teeth look weird.
Right, there's
like
no
Ed
doubt about
Sheeran,
that.
I don't know that Ed Sheeran had the worst teeth, but he just
he's from England.
He didn't have perfect, so now he's got them.
All right.
Gucci Mane is a prime example. I think he was missing some. But there is a lot of people who are just like in Hollywood especially, or even in some circles when you get kind of upper echelon, it's like, that guy's got like his teeth aren't perfect.
And-
Well, he's got normal teeth.
I get it, but I'm telling you, dude, seriously, Google like Ben Affleck, Good Will Hunting, his teeth. It is, you're like, hey, superstar or not, you needed to fix those. He made the right decision.
How did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
Ben Affleck, my Google's like, new teeth?
Is that seriously what it said?
Yeah.
Damn.
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, look at that mouth. It's an upgrade, brother. A severe upgrade. I would not be happy if that were my mouth. Hello, Andrew. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So back in 2013, I was at Pain in the Grass. I was at the Gorge. It was my first time anywhere close to a mosh pit at a concert, and I got a tooth knocked out. I didn't even want to go in the mosh pit. I was just standing on the outskirts, and a bunch of people rushed in, pulled me in with them, and I was getting pushed around all over the place. And finally, someone pushed me out, and I went flying at this girl who had a huge light stick. And I didn't even have time to close my mouth. It just hit my tooth directly, one of my top front teeth, like the most prominent teeth we have in our mouths. And it just went flying off into the crowd.
So you did not find it? It's just gone.
I never saw it again. Some janitor probably found it.
Does this distract you from enjoying Pain in the Grass? You just say, F it, I'll deal with it later.
Basically, I stayed there the whole time. It was the first night. I toughed it out, and I just ate stuff on the side of my mouth. And one of my friends drove, so I didn't want to make him leave early, so I just toughed it out. but it was a lot of fun.
How long did you wait to replace it?
I called my dentist the next day, actually, and he offered to call in medicine for me, but I was in the middle of nowhere, obviously.
Right.
So,
there are plenty of things there that can help numb you up. That I know for a fact.
Yeah. Well, we did it for 2 or 3 days in a row one time.
Yeah.
And we always had to be there early, but I can't remember who it was. It was like the Colts was doing a sound check or whatever. So we go down to the front to just check them out. And man, I remember looking down on the ground. There's like guitar picks. There's a necklace on the ground. There's
Everything.
a couple earrings down there. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. How did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
I have a buddy. We used to toss beers to each other.
Yeah.
This is only a few years ago, especially at his place. It's not as big. But he threw one day, and it just, kind of like DK Metcalf these days, just went right through my hands.
That's the analogy.
Yeah, I mean, had to get one off on
Yeah,
it.
that's fair.
I mean, I can't explain to you how loud the sound was. It hit my 2 front teeth. I cover my teeth. There's like one, like, you know, like how those seconds kind of tick off, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh, you know what? I think I am."
Yeah, you checked the Wiggler factor.
How they didn't break my teeth, I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds bad, man.
It was awful.
You know, it's funny, you know.
Like, not that awful. They were fine.
Little kids get that wiggly tooth, and it depends on the kid, but both of my kids freaked out because, like you were saying, Miles, you had a wiggly tooth.
Yep.
Once you know it's there, you will not leave it alone, but it bugs you. It's like when you realize some part of your body hurts, so you keep touching it, right?
Yeah.
So my son, I remember he's just kind of like, man, Dad, this tooth is wiggly. He'd lost a few teeth, so he knows what's up, but this one just wouldn't come out of his mouth. And I was like, it is hanging on by a hair. Bro, let me just yank it out of your mouth. And I mean, I almost had to chase him around his room and get him in a headlock. I said, it's not even going to hurt. He's like, yeah, it's going to be the worst thing in the world. So basically got him down on the bed. I'm like, just open your mouth. I'm like, we're just going to get this thing out. I yanked it out. He's like waiting to scream. I'm like, we're done. He's like, what? I said, it's in my hand. I showed him. He's like, oh yeah, it wasn't that bad. I was like, I was trying to tell you that, man. I'm chase you
but
it was. I get it. Trust me.
Yes.
I understand why he thought it was going to be terrible. But I'm like, just let me get it out because it's driving you
with
crazy.
Jeff with the door in the fishing line. I was like, 1, 2. All right, just give me another second.
You just got to slam it.
Yeah, I know. Basically, that's what he did. He did it on 2.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of things with my kids.
Boom.
Yeah.
God, that's when it finally came out.
I mean, my brother's 7 years older, so it was.
Yeah, no problem yanking him out.
Oh, none at all. I mean, it was definitely we used the fishing line one time. He was like excited.
Yeah, my brother would yank mine out too, man. And
see, it's a bonus having an older brother. They yank out your teeth.
Well, that's the thing. But I mean, I had the same paranoia, as my son did. But I had to let him do it, man. And it just, your fear of it is considerably worse than pain, right?
Correct.
But he would just, because he'd see me like moving my tongue in my mouth. It's like, what are you doing? Oh, I got another loose tooth. He's like, let me pull it out. I'm like, I don't think it's ready. And I mean, his hand's already in my mouth. Tooth gone. It's like, okay.
I mean, it's the same way. Like I don't really mind needles.
Sure.
Right, but even out, you still get a little anxious. And then it's like, all right, yeah, they put it in. Blah blah blah.
It's not, God, the kids, man. You tell them they got to go to the doctor. The only question they have is about needles, and they're at the age where I'm like, look, I don't know if you're going to get a shot or not. But once that needle comes out, the amount of paranoia, and it's the same thing every time. Was it that bad? No, it really wasn't. I mean, then why did you
the shot's easy. Drawing blood that sucks.
Yes.
How did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
Fingers. That was the only thing I had to do. And then the people pulled me off of them because, they were just like, we can do it. We got him. And I'm like, hey, make sure, don't take his helmet off. Don't do, because I knew his injury was in his head. But there was so much blood, like within 10 seconds. That I got there, like when you're in your BMX bike as a little kid, and you go running up to your friends if he crashes on the jump, and you run up and you just throw your bike off into the bushes, and you go to help him. That's what I did with my motorcycle.
Wow.
I just threw my motorcycle on the ground.
I'm amazed that you can laugh about it now, to be honest with you. I think I'd still be traveling.
Oh, no, I get all the funny parts of this.
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
Wow, man, that is.
He wouldn't want me to be sad one bit. He wouldn't want me to be sad one day of my life over it.
Yeah, true.
I know that.
I get it.
Well, apparently that happens all the time.
Wow, man.
British parents planning a funeral for their 17-year-old son, who police said died in a car crash weeks earlier, suddenly learned he was in fact alive.
See, there, it happens everywhere.
Police mistakenly believed that Trevor T.J. Wynn had died on December 13th in a car crash near Rotherham, alongside a 17-year-old girl, and that 18-year-old Joshua Johnson had survived and was in a medically induced coma. Their error was revealed early Monday, weeks after the accident, when the comatose male woke up and said his name. Police then took Trevor's mother to the hospital, where she confirmed the teen was in fact her son. It had been heartbreaking for them, who notes it wasn't entirely happy news for the family, as Trevor is still in a bad place, but he's still alive. Johnson's family said they had spent hours in the hospital with who we now know to be Trevor, adding, what we have been through and are continuing to go through is unimaginable. Local counselor described the error as disgraceful and criticized the lack of due diligence.
How is it that story is that? Because on the other side of that means the family who thought their kid is still alive in the coma
was there at the hospital.
Hey, that's not your kid is dead. Like, to me, that's the heavier headline.
Yes.
Right? Jeez, man.
What was the most embarrassing mistake that you've ever made? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys.
Hola.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Happy 21st.
No, thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Broadcast responsibly, right?
Yeah, there you go. We're old enough to do that now.
Trying.
Yes.
All right. So it's not a story of mine, but it's a family member, ex-family member. My ex-wife's little sister told a story about how her new job was going as a hostess at a really fancy restaurant when we were all sitting around for a family dinner. And she's really gullible. Little Holly was really gullible. You could just, tell her anything and she'd believe it. So she comes in for this evening dinner shift as a hostess, and they were sampling. They came up with a new dessert for the night, and it was a Marion Berry cobbler. And so she comes in for her shift, and she tries a little bit of it because she's going to be suggesting it, and says, this cobbler is really good. This cobbler is really good. What kind of berries are these? And one of her coworkers tells her, "Oh, those are dingleberries, Holly. Those are dingleberries, right?" And so she goes through that entire dinner service, suggesting, it's kind of a fixed menu, pretty fancy place.
Yeah.
And she goes through the whole setup, like, we've got these entrees, this and this, and I really suggest you try the dingleberry cobbler for dessert. And all these people are just side-eyeing her like, what? What? So that's the gist of it. Hey, before we hang up end this conversation, I want to give you guys a phone dong, if that's okay.
Sure. Go ahead.
But anyway, dingleberry cobbler, man, I feel bad for Holly, and she laughed it off. She was such a good. I wish I was still affiliated with her family.
That's a big problem with divorce. Yeah, man.
That's it, man. The worst part about that is the way they set it up. It's that when she's done telling you the entrees or appetizers, she makes the additional statement of, "I really recommend." Right? If you just left that off, it's not quite as bad. And I really recommend, seriously, save room for our dingleberry cobbler. That makes it so much worse.
Yeah, and you could tell the way he's even talking about it. Well, she just meant it in a doing her job. And just
That's probably what made it weird, right? Because if you're listening to it, if they're kind of smirking when they say it, maybe you chuckle. Like, okay, they're being funny. But I imagine she was super sincere. So you kind of, when she walks away, like, all right, is she effing with us or is that what's going on here?
Yeah, and I swear to God, growing up on the East Coast, I never heard of a Marion Berry until I moved out here. I don't know if they're there and I didn't know it. Maybe I just passed by them in the grocery store, whatever the deal is. I had never heard of them before. So if you were to have a really nice fancy restaurant in D.C. and offer somebody the Marion Berry cobbler, they would assume that Marion Berry was a regular customer of that restaurant, and this was his specialty, and this is what he liked, and they just named it after him.
Or that you're selling drugs out of the bag.
Something.
Right,
That would
he's
be
the
my
famous
assumption.
mayor of D.C. that
Yeah, if you've
got
never
busted.
heard of him, he was a mayor in D.C., and his name was Marion Berry. And to Miles' point, maybe Marion Berry's grown on the East Coast, but I had never heard of a Marion Berry, just like you, until I moved here. So Marion Berry, if you're on the East Coast, only means this D.C. mayor. This D.C. mayor got busted on video smoking crack with prostitutes. By the way, he won re-election
And
as well.
I'll tell you this,
But
he didn't stop.
No.
It wasn't like he got busted and went, "Man, I'm sorry." He kept doing it. I mean, didn't you meet him, Ted? And he was just sweating so much you couldn't even
I
shake
met
his
him when
hand?
this was before he got busted.
Right.
Right, because he would always be at all the union stuff. So my dad introduced me to him, and I remember just saying, "Why is he so sweaty?"
Now you know.
Now right. And
All
then
that crack.
Even after, right, because he might have gone to jail for a little bit.
I think he
but
did
when
a
he
little
got
bit of
out,
time.
then he stayed in D.C. government. He kept winning elections.
Yeah, the people love him. Look, he did good things. Yeah, he smokes crack and hangs out with prostitutes, but look at what he's done for the city. Now, all that said...
Well, it's like Ford in Toronto.
Right, Rob Ford.
Yeah.
Just,
Same idea.
Smoking crack, getting hammered, but they're like, but he does good things when he's sober. Have either of you tried a Marion Berry? I still haven't tried one.
Yeah.
So are
They're
they
tart.
good?
They're tart.
Are they tart? Okay.
I mean, I've only had like a jam or something. I think I bought it at Snoqualmie Falls or something.
Okay. Yeah, I still haven't had one. Because I cannot not picture him.
What was the most embarrassing mistake you've ever made? 206-803-ROCK.
Some of those berries, too, to me, are better inside of something.
Yes, when they add a little sugar.
Right.
Right. Cut down on the bitterness and the tartness.
Parade and everything.
Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the men's room.
Oh, that's me.
That's you.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola.
Dingleberry, that is hilarious. Back in high school, homecoming week, our senior year, It was a big homecoming game. You know, you have the parade and everything, and then you have like your freshman, sophomore, junior, senior skit, you know. And so I was the opposing team's mascot, and we were playing the Tenino Beavers, so I was a beaver. And my costume looked like a straight-up shag carpet ripped out of a 1970s Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
That was my costume for a beaver.
Only the best for high school mascots.
The mighty 99.9 KAISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
10 best hair metal ballads of all times coming up at 4:30 as we sit and spin with Taryn Daly and Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show. In the meantime, our question, how did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Wendy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola.
So, Wendy, what happened?
So, my husband for years talked about holes in his teeth, and they were bugging him. And I'm like, go to the dentist, go to the dentist. Finally goes a couple years ago. Went to the specialist, and the specialist said, you and your wife need to come in. Okay, so we go in, and he shows me x-rays of his teeth, and literally my husband had holes in his teeth. The bottom jaw, the backs of his teeth looked like somebody had taken a shovel and dug out the back of his teeth. And $35,000 later, my husband has new teeth.
Okay.
Now, when you saw these teeth in the x-ray, did you puke in your mouth a little saying, I've been kissing that mouth?
Well, and I had, again, for years, he talked about the holes, and I didn't quite get it. You know, you have, between your teeth, you have stuff get stuck, la, la, la. If you make a fist where your index finger hits your palm and open it a little bit, he had holes in his teeth.
What do they think that's from? Just lack of hygiene or what?
Well, found out that, we all have acid in our mouth.
Yeah.
And he has a very high concentrate of acid. And he's a mouthwash user, which has a lot of acid in it. Chewing for a bazillion years.
Tobacco?
He does. Go ahead.
I said tobacco? Was he chewing tobacco?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
For many, many years, which he hasn't done for many years now. But it was just amazing, all the different things, the toothpaste, the mouthwash, and of course, caffeine, sodas.
But he has a very unique situation. A lot of people do all those
How
things.
much pain was he in?
He commented on, again, how much, it hurt, and couldn't eat certain things and stuff. It's like, go to the dentist. Typical guy, no offense, guys.
No, we know.
Go to the dentist. And finally, a couple years ago, dentist sent him to the specialist, and the specialist went, hello.
Yeah, then $35,000 later, there you go. Good times. Okay.
I will say this. Look, as a dude, obviously, if I think there's something wrong with my junk, I'm at the doctor, but I do not mess with my mouth.
No,
right?
It's
just
too bothersome.
And it seems like anything that goes wrong in your mouth potentially can reach other parts of your body.
Yeah.
And all these different dangers. I will say, one of the last times I went to the dentist, and again, this is on
Don't
me.
you have acid in your mouth?
No, I have unusually high mineral counts in my saliva.
Okay.
And I said that, you say that to all the guys. She's like, I don't. Right. I was kidding. But anyway, so one of the last times I went, I'm sure they tell you, I just never look. I just have a quote-unquote dentist appointment. I go. When I get there, and I always try to do it early in the morning before I come into work. Well, on this day, they're like, hey, man, we're doing the deep clean. So like, fine, whatever. And I mean, they're in there for an hour. Your gums hurt and all this. But they inject you with all this crap, all the locals, so you don't feel what they're doing. And but the one thing she said, look, wait about an hour and a half before you eat. She didn't say why. She just waited an hour and a half before you eat. And like anything, I completely ignored her advice and ate about 20 minutes later. And I remember I had a roast beef sandwich, right? And I'm sitting at the desk. I ate the roast beef sandwich. This is why they tell you to wait, because when your mouth's numb, you don't realize you're just chewing your cheeks.
Hey. Oh, yeah.
Dude, I mean, and you don't realize it. So I'm taking these big-ass bites of my roast beef sandwich, and as I'm chewing it, my cheek is also in the roast beef. So when the local starts to wear off, and we're doing the show, man, my mouth hurt so bad, and when I ran my tongue over it, I realized, like, I completely chewed the inside of my cheeks, and it takes, like, 3 or 4 days for them to heal back up.
How did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
Dude, it sucked.
That's brutal.
And then, like I said, you just can't feel. So you're just chewing. And in my mind, I'm like, this is some tough roast beef. It's my own mouth that I'm chewing. Hello, Jake. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I'm pretty sure my mother was the reason why they invented the Mr. Yuck sticker.
Okay.
So my mother, this is probably mid-50s, late 50s. She's a kid, baby teeth. And Grandma had a bottle of something up in the upper kitchen cabinet that out of reach of children. And my mother decided one day, I want to see what that's about. And so she crawled up on the counter, found the bottle, took a big old glug of it, and it was a bottle of lye.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it not only ruined her baby teeth, but it rotted her permanent teeth.
Ooh. Starting when? Like as soon as they descended?
Honestly, I just know she didn't have permanent teeth. And my mother basically went through school without any teeth, even when she graduated high school.
That had to be fantastic.
Wow.
Have you seen her yearbook photo?
Well, my mother is actually stunning until she smiles, you know.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. But she has all fake teeth now, good-looking veneers, all that.
Well, she's lived with dentures the rest of her life.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, that's
yeah.
What is lye exactly? I've heard of it. I mean, what is it used for? What is the practical application to have that in your home?
Soap, I believe.
It's not soap. It's super
for cleaning purposes,
but not on the human body.
My mom grew up on a farm, and so lye was probably for cleaning purposes. Okay.
My understanding, the mob used lye. You know what I mean? Like it's a seriously concentrated, super caustic, whatever.
There's a whole season on The Wire, right? That's how they got covering up the dead bodies. They put them in those vacant homes and throw the lye.
Also, they used to go to Home Depot and buy bags of lime. So is lime the same as lye?
I don't think it's the same. I don't think so.
Like that you would chalk a baseball field with. That's what they were covering the bodies with.
I think it was lye.
Okay. Maybe it is.
But yeah, lye, I remember from the 70s, we never had it in my home, but a couple of my friends' parents did. It was always in the garage. And like I said, it's next to gasoline, all kinds of things that not fit for human consumption.
Dad, do not Google how do you cover a dead body in lye or lime.
Why? I'm going to go The Wire first.
All right.
Okay, that's the way to do it.
Just sure it was lye, not lime.
We've all got a weird Google history, but that one might take it over the edge.
What do you got, Mike?
So lye is a strong alkali, which is like a sodium or potassium hydroxide. It's a crucial chemical for making soap, cleaning drains, and preparing certain foods.
Preparing certain foods?
Bagels, pretzels, and hominy, it says.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. How did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
That's weird.
Hello, Edgar. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Yeah, right out of high school, I had a friend that worked at a pathology lab. I'm not sure if it was a pathology lab disposal office or whatever, but whenever they go in to take out a tumor or have to take out a bone or whatever, they have to, anything that comes out of the body, they have to look at and inspect, and then they can say, yeah, it's not cancerous or whatever. So anyway, at the end of the day, she just had to clear everything that had been looked at during the day and run it through a disposal. Well, I had to swing by and pick up the key to their truck because I needed to move a couch. And I said, hey, anything interesting today? And she goes, yeah. Oh, well, yeah, it's gone. I said, what was it? He says, well, they did an x-ray on a guy, and they wasn't sure it was a tumor or whatever, but they found the x-ray showed a tooth. So they kind of knew what it was. I guess sometimes when a twin is developing, another twin will actually get absorbed into that cell. at the cell level. One cell gets moved, and then as one twin grows, the other one doesn't grow, but it's inside. You ever heard of this?
Oh, yeah. Tumors grow teeth.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy. It sounds like it's eating you. I mean, it is eating you from the inside. But yeah, that's nuts.
What?
No, you're
we've
right.
seen that where it's like teeth and hair, and it's attached
It's
to
a blob.
whatever the membrane is. But it's so disturbing to me. But generally, yeah, the explanation is that you absorbed another twin, which isn't creepy sounding at all.
How did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
On that note, I was just reading about, don't ask me why, some kind of sand shark. Not sand shark, there's some prefix before sand shark. All right, so they have these eggs, and there's however many embryos in there. And essentially, so I guess they have like 2 birthing chambers, right? Because sharks do the live birth. So there's the eggs in both birthing chambers. Say there's, I don't know, 8 eggs in there or something like that. But essentially, these sharks, as embryos, fight and eat each other. And then the sharks, they will give birth to 2 pups at a time, 1 from each chamber. And essentially, it is the last man standing.
Damn.
Right. So, I mean,
it's like squid games inside of a shark.
Right. But they're eating each other. Baby embryos. What do you got?
Here it is right here. Smithsonian Magazine. Baby sand tiger sharks devour their siblings while still in the womb.
Yeah, and then whichever one survives is born, and then on the other side, the other tube, right, then that one survives.
What if the 2 battle it out when they come out?
That's what I mean, man. Or maybe they don't give birth until it's settled.
Why are sharks so angry?
Dude, I mean, I'm like, that is crazy.
You know what I went through to get here?
I was supposed to be a twin. I killed him in the womb.
I'm gonna bite a human.
Yeah, Jesus, man.
If I had to beat up my brother to be born, I'd be biting people too.
Yeah, I would definitely. I'd be throwing
It's
haymakers.
like one of those last man standing wrestling matches.
Yeah, exactly. Except it's before you're born.
How did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
They call it intrauterine cannibalization.
God,
Yeah.
there's nothing about that sounds sexy.
Wow.
Okay. Hello, Walton. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello?
Hola.
Hola.
So, Walt, what went on with your teeth?
Broke one of my front teeth. Tooth. The one on the left. I was sleeping at a summer camp on the top bunk. I fell out and broke my tooth.
So you fell off on the floor?
Yeah. It was like a concrete floor.
Did you ever get it replaced?
Yes.
Okay.
You did get it replaced. Okay.
How long ago was this?
I got a crown in when I was 7 or 8.
All right. That's a terrible aspect of Army life, and I can guarantee a Boy Scout life, because I slept on a top bunk for 3 summers in a row, and I was absolutely terrified every night I slept.
Really?
Yes. Because they were rounded off edges on the beds, man. And,
Yeah. Wasn't recent.
How did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK. Look, we have a caller on line 7.
I know. I'm getting there, man. Goddamn. Oh. Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, dude.
These people are embarrassing.
I just didn't expect that.
No.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're doing great.
So in 2018, I went and saw 9 Inch Nails in California, and I was in my mid-30s at the time, so I was kind of like, all right, I'll be a wallflower, I guess, just watch the show. Midway through the show, I decided I'm going to get in the pit. Did about 3 songs, and halfway through a song, I just remember this 20-year-old kid, a young kid, flying through the air. I'm thrashing up, and he just takes a chomp out of my eyebrow.
What?
And immediately blood just everywhere. And I look at him, and I'm like, dude, are you okay? And he totally was like, dude, are you okay? And ended up being fine, didn't get stitches, didn't even butterfly it, made it through the whole show. By the end of the show, my whole face is covered in blood. And it was one of the best kind of end of the moshing times for me.
That sounds like the way to go, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Chris, is that the only story you have? Like all those years working security at Showbox, nobody tried to bite you?
No, I have not personally gotten bitten, but I've had several coworkers get bitten, and it's always the smaller ladies.
Uh-huh.
They're voracious. I mean, it's wild. When you have to tell them to do anything, they're like, They'll use any means necessary.
But see, one thing I'll always say about Showbox, and I thought it was a brilliant move, because I always said, look, you know, if a bouncer's going to get physical because you've just pushed the limit too far, they're not going to go after women, right? It's going to be the dude and willing to get slammed on their head, punched in the face, whatever it takes, because you just pushed them too far. And so a lot of chicks will get away with just running their mouth and the bouncer and saying horrible things because they know the bouncer's not really going to do anything. You might ask them to leave, but they're not going to physically interact, right? And you'd go to Showbox, and they had the toughest chick working the door, and it made a difference. Right? Yeah. Suddenly, because like, hey, listen, we got the chick in the bag, and if you see her, you understand you don't have a shot against her. And every time I'd see her interact, she'd just kind of, because she'd be like in the backstage area, and she'd get a little call on the radio, and she'd just look at me and roll her eyes like some stupid little bitch. And you'd watch her walk out there, and like he said, it's this tiny chick who's probably going to bite people, and they would see her, and without even listening to the conversation, I could see their body language change, because it's like, oh, this chick can beat my ass. And no one can say anything about it. And all of a sudden, they were a lot more cooperative all of a sudden. And I'm like, that is a brilliant move, man.
How did a tooth or teeth figure into the story? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Tony. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
All right, so 1973, I'm 10 years old, Christmas morning, driving down a hill with my buddy who got a new bike for Christmas. And I was riding his. Down near the bottom of the hill, there's a culvert with a creek going under it, under the driveway, and handlebars came off.
Of course they did.
The only thing that broke my fall was my face. I'm laying there. I'm bleeding. I look on the ground in the gravel, and I see 3 teeth. So I pick them up and put them in my pocket. And my buddy helps me up to his house. Opens the door, his grandma faints. His old man drives me up the street to my house, and one of my 6 older sisters works for the dentist, thank God. So she called the dentist, and this happened over in Kirkland. Met down in Juanita at the dentist place at noon on Christmas morning, and he shoved the teeth back in my mouth.
And did they stick again?
That one of them took, the other one rotted, so I had to have that one. About a month later, he had to pull that one back out and give me like a prosthetic.
That's crazy to me. I never knew before today
that you could replace a tooth if it fell out
and have a reasonable shot
and that
of
the
it
root
growing back.
System would connect or whatever the deal is.
Yeah, no, one of them took, and you know they were my front teeth, and then at home, my old man's pulling out of the driveway with me and my sister in the car to go down to the dentist. My buddy rides up on his bike, knocks on the window, and my dad rolled it down. He goes, "Here, I found another tooth."
Oh no!
Jesus. Yeah.
So, did you get the other 2 replaced?
You know, I think one of them. I think I was young enough to where one of them wasn't permanent, so it grew back.
Okay. Yeah, that's a nice thing. From a parent's point of view, you know, if the kid, was at recess and he, fell to Jungle Jam and he broke out 3 of his teeth, you know, me and the wife would look at each other, still baby teeth, right? Like, yeah, don't worry about it.
I would almost rather have the whole tooth gone than just to have a big, huge chip, you know, where it's like it's just deformed. Did you chip your tooth eating something?
Well, yeah, but then I got it taken out.
Exactly. I'd almost rather just have the whole thing pulled out. What were you eating?
Oh, you know what? I was eating an oyster. And I give raw oysters a little chew so I don't choke on them.
Did you have a little piece of shell
in there?
I thought it was shell. In retrospect, though,
could have been a pearl.
I don't know, but I know at some point it was part of my tooth. And I kept crunching it and eating it because I didn't want to spit it out. I was in front of a bunch of people. I didn't want to look like a jackass.
Right.
So, yeah, like that caller said earlier about dumb guy stuff. So I was like, oh, no big deal. And I mean, within hours, like, I was like, man, that tooth hurts. And then the next day, it's like, that tooth really hurts. I mean, it was 2 or 3 days, and then Yeah, I went to see the dentist, and they're like, we need to do a root canal today.
Oh, damn.
Because I didn't realize, like, whatever, I don't know if there was a piece of shell in it, whatever it was, it definitely chipped a tooth. And
it's
broke
raw
off.
oyster.
Taryn Daly, Steve Mix from the Daily Mix Morning Show coming up. We're going to sit and spin. Today we have for you the 10 best hair metal ballads of all times. And we got your emails coming up next in the men's room at KISW.com.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, in an effort to honor her wedding vows of till death do us part, a woman has killed her husband in lieu of filing for divorce. But first, local plumbing company Pooh Angels has announced that after 45 years, they're changing their phone number.
What? I love that jingle, man. 555-555-1000. Ding.
The jingle is part of the problem.
How the jingle the problem? That's how everyone knows the number.
Exactly. The issue is that they've been inundated with calls from people who have been arrested.
Now, why would you call Pooh Angels Plumbing if you were in jail? That doesn't make no sense, man.
Cell phones.
What?
Everyone has a cell phone, and as a result, no one actually knows actual phone numbers anymore. We enter someone's name, and that's it.
Oh, dang, yeah.
I don't even know what my own wife's number is. She's in my phone under her name, and that's it. And I'm not alone, and that is the issue. When people get their one phone call after an arrest, they don't have their cell phones handy. They end up calling the only number they know, which in this case is Pooh Angels.
555-555-1000. Ding.
Precisely. If I were arrested...
I can't even imagine that, man.
I can't either, as I make it a point to be a reputable citizen. But for the sake of argument, if I were arrested and got my one phone call, the only number I know off the top of my head is Pooh Angels Plumbing.
What about Empire Carpet?
800-588. Yes, I suppose I could call Empire Carpet. Empire Carpet and the junk removal people.
Oh, yeah, 1-800-CALL. Yeah, I could call Jenny.
867-5309. Indeed. And maybe Cars for Kids, 1-877.
If you sing that jingle, I will kill you.
I'll kill you, too. Don't sing the jingle.
That commercial made me hate children, man. That ain't right.
I won't sing the jingle. But it reinforces the point that as a result of cell phones, no one knows actual phone numbers anymore. And that's why Pooh Angels is changing their phone number.
I never thought about it, man, but now that I'm thinking about all my contacts, I don't actually know the phone number. I got digits from Thunder Toes.
Thunder Toes? You know someone named Thunder Toes.
Well, her real name was Vanessa.
But you have her in your contacts as Thunder Toes.
If you saw Barefoot, you'd understand, Playboy.
I see. Who else do you have in your contacts?
Oh, man, there's Grease Weasel, Player, Jumbo Gums, Does This Thing.
Wait. Does this thing? That's how you entered someone's phone number.
Yeah, real name Teresa, but she does this thing, man.
Do I even want to know what this thing is that she does?
I could tell you, but you'd never be the same, man. It's like the Matrix. Take the red pill or take the blue pill.
Nice Matrix reference, my friend. In that case, I'll take the red pill.
Wait, what did the red pill do?
Oh, crap. What did the red pill do? I don't remember which pill he took. Didn't the red... Wait. I don't remember.
That's what I'm saying, man. I can't remember which pill Neo took in the Matrix.
I think it was the blue pill.
Did he get an erection?
Felix, it wasn't Viagra. Just because a pill is blue doesn't mean it's Viagra.
It doesn't mean it's not.
I looked it up. In the movie The Matrix, Neo took the red pill.
I changed my answer. Blue pill. I don't want to know the thing your contact does that thing does. Let's move on. What other contacts do you have?
Let's see, man. There's Humpback, Pork Chop, Doug Dealer.
Drug dealer?
Doug Dealer, man.
I thought you said drug dealer.
Nah, man, Doug Dealer. But he is a drug dealer.
Doug Dealer, the drug dealer.
Yeah. And then there's Bird's Eye Toilet.
Bird's Eye Toilet. Who is Bird's Eye Toilet?
Oh, that's you, Playboy. Your hair looks like a toilet when seen from above.
I'm sorry I asked. Again, Pooh Angels Plumbing will be changing their number after 45 years. We'll be back next hour. Does the top of my head really look like a toilet?
Hello, ladies. Like what you see? You know you do. But you can see even more by subscribing to your YouTube channel and social media pages. Just search @InActionNews. I'm working on an OnlyFans account, but I don't have feet just yet. But stay tuned.
Live Night, the livest radio you will ever see. Everything is performed live. Live hosts, live sound effects, live voice actors, live screw-ups, live laughs, and of course, live music. The Daily Mix Show, totally live. The Men's Room, totally live. Live Night returns February 13th. Live Night 2026. Yachty and Naughty. No flares, no lifeboat. All live. What could possibly go wrong? We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Taryn Daly and Steve from the Daily Mix Morning Show coming up. We'll sit and spin the 10 best hair metal ballads of all times. But first, time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
And a couple from how did a tooth or teeth figure into the story, guys. My 5-year-old son, 1 year here from Seoul at the time, walked into me taking 2 shots, then cracking my molar in half with my fist in a lighter.
Damn.
As I was pulling it out with the pliers, I was shocked to hear a loud gasp and shrieking. He said, "You are not a dentist." Guys, my wife broke a tooth last night. Took her in today. $1,300 for 1 crown.
Jeez.
Good times. Guys, I'm 39. I still have a baby tooth, as well as all of my wisdom teeth. I don't think I know anybody that still has baby teeth. You would think that the adult teeth would come down and knock that out.
Not who's not a child, yeah.
I've told you guys a story before, but my senior year in high school, I got hit square in the face with a baseball. Nearly knocked me out. Bottom teeth broke through my bottom lip and ended up with 2 root canals on the front 2 teeth. Had to eat yogurt for a month. Bad times. I fell at a hotel in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina when I was, 4 or 5 years old. And my front teeth went through my front lip. And as my mom explained it, I did not have all my teeth at the time.
All right.
And punctured through my lip and came out right here below my chin. I still have like a big mark on it from when my teeth went through my lip. Guys, I woke up one morning confused and chewing on something crunchy. Turns out I grind my teeth in my sleep. I chipped a tooth and then broke 2 other teeth grinding on the chipped tooth. Woke up with a mouthful of tooth shards. Had to get 2 root canals. All of which else, before I had my top teeth pulled and a denture, I had an abscessed tooth. Now it was pushed out a bit. I kept bumping it with my bottom teeth while I was trying to sleep. Excruciating. After the 3rd or 4th time, I'm like, well, F this. I get out of bed, go downstairs, grab a pair of wire cutters. Just as I'm putting the pliers in my mouth, my girlfriend at the time is standing there and asks, "What the F are you doing?" As I cut that tooth in half with the wire cutters, she turns white and asks, "What the hell?" I rinsed my mouth out, went back to sleep. Kind of freaked her out. I slept like a rock. She did not. That from the Trickler. And one more on our question. When I was a kid, I lost a tooth in my sleep. Woke up, took a deep breath, and swallowed it whole. I cried for hours because the tooth fairy wouldn't find it and would not get it. Okay, time for a few birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
All boys, can I get a birthday shout out to my wonderful co-worker, Sonia? She has a birthday today. I respect and appreciate this woman beyond belief. So can you please give her a fish sandwich? And Coach Ted talking her through her terrible hangover and the importance of airport security. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
Fish sandwich. All right, so you got a bad hangover. It's a little bit late in the day. Probably would have woke up. Start with some electrolytes. And I know Gatorade's delicious, but go get an electrolyte solution or powder. Put it into your cup of water. Get that going. You'll be peeing clear in no time. After that, I don't know, maybe a little bacon sandwich, something a little grease in it, and then get up, move around.
Yeah. Tea and crumpets, bitches, across the pond today in Doncaster, England, or is it Donchester? Go Rovers. My brother from another motherland, Sir Matthew McClone, is celebrating his 42nd. He feels honored to have you fine gentlemen wish him the best from the finest state in the Union. Here's to the World Cup this summer, mate. Can he please have the Dirty Germans on 80s bangers? And some dad jokes, that would be great. Thanks, bitches. That from Mark.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean here in the United States when you say 80s bangers, but to us in Deutschland, that would be Vanessa Del Rio and Tracy Lords.
Yeah, you know, she calls me off the age on Gap on that one.
Yeah.
So I still remember the Tiffany.
Yeah, you're about 10 years behind, but you know, she was good. But yeah, Vanessa Del Rio, very large breast.
Debbie Gibson?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Deborah.
She go by Deborah now.
She does.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You
Really?
ever seen that?
No.
That's Deborah Gibson now, dude.
Okay.
Dad jokes. What do you call someone who takes care of chickens? What do you call someone who takes care of chickens?
A chicken tender.
A chicken tender, that is correct. Guys, why has Bono still not found what he's looking for? Bono from U2, why has he still not found what he's looking for?
I don't know.
Because the streets have no name, Ted.
Oh. I thought he was too close to the edge.
Based on our caller, what is Jesus' favorite band? Jesus, what is his favorite band?
Nine Inch Nails.
9 Inch Nails.
Oh, stay it.
I was going to say Christopher Cross.
Oh, man.
Damn it, Miles. Christopher Cross.
You know what his favorite song is?
What's that?
Red, Red Wine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for classing it back up, Ted.
You know what? I got you, bud.
Hola, Micholas. This is Sean from San Antonio doing my 54th trip around the sun today. Haven't been able to listen to your show on Odyssey for the last 10 years. I'd like to wish myself a happy birthday. If I can get Mike to do the Betty Batter thing, Miles with some dad jokes. So can I add to the repertoire the shotgun gets as well? Thank you guys for what you do. Your show has got me through a lot. From the president of Ted Smith San Antonio chapter, Sean.
Betty bought some butter, but she said it's butter bitter. If I put it in my batter, make my batter better. So she bought a bit of butter, put it in her bitter batter, made her bitter batter. So just better Betty bought a bit of butter.
Do you guys know how they circumcise a whale?
No.
Skin divers. Do you know what they call a bedpan in Russia? What do you call a bedpan in Russia?
What?
A Putin. Guys, did you know that having sex can make your day?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, can it?
Yeah. But backdoor will make your whole week. Couple more. What kind of music do baby bunnies like? Baby bunnies. What kind of music?
Hip hop.
Hip hop is correct, Dad. That's right.
Well done.
Yeah. Couple more. What does Michael Jackson drink? What does Michael Jackson drink?
Sprite?
Tee.
Tee. And one more. I asked Surrey.
I was thinking Mike Tyson. That's why I went Sprite, yeah.
I asked Surrey. I said, Surrey, why am I so bad with women?
What did she say?
She said, I'm Alexa.
Oh, no.
Shotgun gets.
Person.
Dick. All right, guys, here you go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
from coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, in an effort to honor her wedding vows of till death do us part, a woman has killed her husband in lieu of filing for divorce. But first, local plumbing company Pooh Angels has announced that after 45 years, they're changing their phone number.
What? I love that jingle, man. 555-555-1000. Ding.
The jingle is part of the problem.
How the jingle the problem? That's how everyone knows the number.
Exactly. The issue is that they've been inundated with calls from people who have been arrested.
Now, why would you call Pooh Angels Plumbing if you were in jail? That doesn't make no sense, man.
Cell phones.
What?
Everyone has a cell phone, and as a result, no one actually knows actual phone numbers anymore. We enter someone's name, and that's it.
Oh, dang, yeah.
I don't even know what my own wife's number is. She's in my phone under her name, and that's it. And I'm not alone, and that is the issue. When people get their one phone call after an arrest, they don't have their cell phones handy. They end up calling the only number they know, which, in this case, is Pooh Angels.
555-555-1000. Ding.
Precisely. If I were arrested...
I can't even imagine that, man.
I can't either, as I make it a point to be a reputable citizen. But for the sake of argument, if I were arrested and got my one phone call, the only number I know off the top of my head is Pooh Angels Plumbing.
What about Empire Carpet?
800-588. Yes, I suppose I could call Empire Carpet. Empire Carpet and the junk removal people.
Oh, yeah, 1-800-CALL. Yeah, I could call Jenny.
867-5309. Indeed. And maybe Cars for Kids, 1-877.
If you sing that jingle, I will kill you.
I'll kill you, too. Don't sing the jingle.
That commercial made me hate children, man. That ain't right.
I won't sing the jingle. But it reinforces the point that as a result of cell phones, no one knows actual phone numbers anymore. And that's why Pooh Angels is changing their phone number.
I never thought about it, man, but now that I'm thinking about all my contacts, I don't actually know the phone number. I got digits from Thunder Toes.
Thunder Toes? You know someone named Thunder Toes.
Well, her real name was Vanessa.
But you have her in your contacts as Thunder Toes.
If you saw Barefoot, you'd understand, Playboy.
I see. Who else do you have in your contacts?
Oh, man, there's Grease Weasel, Player, Jumbo Gums, Does This Thing.
Wait. Does this thing? That's how you entered someone's phone number.
Yeah, real name Teresa, but she does this thing, man.
Do I even want to know what this thing is that she does?
I could tell you, but you'd never be the same, man. It's like the Matrix. Take the red pill or take the blue pill.
Nice Matrix reference, my friend. In that case, I'll take the red pill.
Wait, what did the red pill do?
Oh, crap. What did the red pill do? I don't remember which pill he took. Didn't the red... Wait. I don't remember.
That's what I'm saying, man. I can't remember which pill Neo took in the Matrix.
I think it was the blue pill.
Did he get an erection?
Felix, it wasn't Viagra. Just because a pill is blue doesn't mean it's Viagra.
It doesn't mean it's not.
I looked it up. In the movie The Matrix, Neo took the red pill.
I changed my answer. Blue pill. I don't want to know the thing your contact does that thing does. Let's move on. What other contacts do you have?
Let's see, man. There's Humpback, Pork Chop, Doug Dealer.
Drug dealer?
Doug Dealer, man.
I thought you said drug dealer.
Nah, man, Doug Dealer. But he is a drug dealer.
Doug Dealer, the drug dealer.
Yeah. And then there's Bird's Eye Toilet.
Bird's Eye Toilet. Who is Bird's Eye Toilet?
Oh, that's you, Playboy. Your hair looks like a toilet when seen from above.
I'm sorry I asked. Again, Pooh Angels Plumbing will be changing their number after 45 years. We'll be back next hour. Does the top of my head really look like a toilet?
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. It helps us a lot. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and social media pages at InAction News.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, so coming up here at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check on Mike Honk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. There's a new study that's been published on how our brains know where our bodies end and the outside world begins.
Say what now?
Just basically, our brains actually do know kind of where we stop and the rest of existence begins.
I'm glad my brain knows that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I got to assume it's the hair, right? Isn't that kind of what it's for? Even though it's a little unsightly to some, it's just they're sensors at the end of the day.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's weird. Like your brain can sense it through your body, you're saying, not just vision.
Correct. I mean, and when you think about it, if I were to tell you to touch your head as gently as you can, it would take you no time at all to put your finger exactly onto your head.
Oh, they say, and like you take it for granted, but they say it's one of the amazing things. You can close your eyes and touch your nose.
Right.
Right? You instinctively know where it is.
Except for when Miles is high and there's a cop in front of him.
That's a good point.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was not high, I was stoned.
There you go. Seattle was recently named one of the most stressed and burned out cities to work in.
Is that do you think that's just the business as far as what we have?
Maybe because there's so much high tech here.
Correct.
Right? We have a lot of normal jobs that you have anywhere, but then just the tech industry between here and San Jose and a whole lot of cities in the U.S. like that.
Sure. And it's a constantly evolving media.
I would think that's the part that sucks most.
Right.
Not just your job itself, but every 3 months, the way technology works. Like, what? You got to train on this now. Train on this now.
I mean, what some people went through college to learn is now ancient technology. Right.
Absolutely.
I think that's a big thing with the Amazon people, too. You get like those corporate jobs there, and it's like a 3-year deal, but it's intense.
I would think so.
I'll bet. Not to mention, it's just expensive as hell to live here, too, so you need it.
It is super expensive.
Probably doesn't help at all.
It would appear that keyboard phones are attempting to make a comeback this year. Remember the old Sidekick phones that actually had a keyboard, keyboard on there?
Yeah. All right.
How do you guys text?
What do you mean?
Do you use your thumbs?
Yes.
I do.
Huh. All right.
What do you do? What do you do?
I use my pointer finger.
No.
I didn't realize it was so weird till actually Taryn called me out on it this weekend.
So I actually use my thumbs. Yeah, I can't use your. So you're.
I got my phone with me, but yeah, I'm like.
And you'll actually physically.
Huh.
Okay. All right.
That is weird.
Whatever. We all do stuff different. I type differently than other people.
Sure.
One bit of technology that I have not caught up to is the basically swiping across the keyboard to create the word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm like, I'll just type it.
It failed me enough to where I was like, screw it. I can type faster than this because I have to physically think about, let's go this way.
And if nothing else, I just thought it's one itty bitty. And look, I'm a very undisciplined individual. I openly admit that. But the little things I do that I'll hold myself to account for, like spell out the word. Right. So I don't use a lot of abbreviations other than like etc. and all that. But yeah, just type out the word. And you can do that.
And I do type slang a little bit too often for it.
Oh, it's just starting to correct you into your slang.
Yeah, because it doesn't know what it. Typing "ya" instead of "you," like that goes in two different directions.
Yeah.
So I can't try to swipe that one because it'll think it's a completely different word.
I will say it took about 3 months, and my phone finally recognizes that I have never said ducking.
Yeah.
It would always kick back to ducking, right? But I text the F word enough that now, even if I write duck, it'll autocorrect the F bomb. I'm like, no.
All right.
I actually mean a duck now, phone.
Put your thinking caps on, Jen. It's time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. It is a U word and a noun that I give you 75% chance of getting. It refers to feeling of being offended by what someone has said or done. It is often used in the phrase to take this. Is a U
umbrage.
Word. Umbrage.
Umbrage.
Oh, well done.
Umbrage.
Umbrage.
I'm umbraged.
I'm umbraged.
Can you use it that way? No, I take umbrage. I can't be. I'm like
take umbrage.
I'm umbraged by that comment.
No, you take it.
But if you take umbrage, can you give umbrage?
I suppose.
Can I give you umbrage? You're taking umbrage.
I gave him umbrage with my
Just
comments.
so you know, I'm going to give you umbrage.
Possibly. No, it's only taken from you. It is only something that can be thieved.
Why do we always do that? It's like when someone goes to the bath, hey man, I'm going to take an S. I'm like, I'm going to deposit one.
Yeah.
Because basically you're saying, I'm going to walk in the bathroom, find a pile of S, scoop it out, and do something with it.
You know what? I'm going to circle back a little bit here to talking about the tech industry and how much that has changed. That's a system and a medium that you constantly have to keep up to date with. You have to practice that constantly in order to be able to keep up with it. In fact, there's quite a few of those.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10!
So this is a Reddit thread, and it says you probably heard people say things are, quote, just like riding a bike, meaning that once you figure it out, you just know about it forever, right? It's one of those things that you just know. However, they did choose to ask, what is the most use it or lose it skill? The most use it or lose it skill. So a handful of honorable mentions here. They actually do say, ironically, riding a bike. Somebody said that they went 20 years without riding one, and it was rough trying to figure it back out.
Really?
Yes. I don't know how, but
I
20
don't
years
ride
is a long
bikes
time.
a lot, but if you hand me a bike, I can hop on the bike and ride it.
Sure.
Because it is just like riding a bike.
Has it been 20 years since you jumped on a bike?
No, but I would say it probably had been 15 years, the gap between the time I'd been on a bike.
I was in Ballard one night with my buddy, and he hasn't ridden a bike in probably 35, 40 years.
Oh, geez.
And when he was growing up, he grew up in Alaska.
Okay.
So there wasn't a lot of bike riding opportunities.
Sure.
So we get a couple of those line bikes. So it was like, look, man, we'll just burn down the Burt Gilman.
Just roll it.
Kind of got a buzz on already. So let's get down to Fremont, man, get a couple more and go home. We weren't 10 feet from riding those things. And I look back, man, and he's already on his side, and the whole thing dumped.
God,
I'm just like, what happened, dude? What happened?
Damn.
Did he stop pedaling?
I don't know because I was in front of him.
Did he struggle the rest of the way?
No, he was fine.
Okay, he did
Once
that.
he figured it out, just took 10 feet to fall on his face.
Burping the alphabet shows up on the list.
Burping the alphabet?
Burping the alphabet.
Yeah.
I can't get very far.
Exactly. You'd probably make yourself throw up if you actually
Well,
tried
I need
it
a
out.
soda.
Exactly.
That'll help.
Carbonation would help.
Remembering passwords. That's one that's not a skill for me. Like, I try to give myself somewhat of a chance, but honestly, like, auto passwords have saved my life on this, because there are certain places that make you change your password all the doggone time, and it's like you just defeated the entire purpose.
I always include a cuss word and a sexual term.
All right.
So mine are absolutely ridiculous.
They're filthy.
I'll tell you some of them later, but they are just, I mean, if you saw that, I'm just hoping that people pay attention to this and notice the one for our work account is so filthy that I'm just hoping someone sees it.
Well, you know the IT guys know.
That's what I'm saying.
When they have to reset your computer, like, Jesus,
Right.
Miles.
Good Lord.
I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, because I remember them.
Use it or lose it skills. You got playing a musical instrument at a good level. Yeah, I haven't picked up my trombone since basically the first live day. Now it's live night. Coming to you on February the 13th. Get your tickets now, KSW.com.
Well, how long did it take you to kind of fall back into it? Because, what's his face? VD was saying about playing the saxophone when he played. But he picked it up in no time.
There is so much mouth muscle that goes into playing those instruments that it took me a while just to be able to get it properly back up to just do the wah, 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 wah. That's all I did. Like, I didn't play a song.
Is it because your muscles are fatigued because they're not doing it, or you just don't remember how to position your mouth?
They're fatigued because you haven't done it. They've
fair.
atrophied.
That's fair.
They've atrophied. Playing golf, which makes sense. It's another muscle memory one.
Mm-hmm.
It's also one of those things, man, where if you take a break for 3 or 4 months and you come back, you're fine.
Yeah.
But if you take years off, I'm sure that would affect your game.
Right. Well, your weight changes, your joints change,
Everything,
your
right.
bone structure and muscle structure changes, so your swing screwed up.
Playing pool. I used to be really good at playing pool. If you don't play pool, man, for a long time, you get real
Can't
bad.
do it.
Because you still think you can play, and you get up there and you're like, I suck. I can't make anything.
I mean, I probably have swung a golf club 3 times in the last 10 years, but the Miles Montgomery Golf Classic, like, I still put it on the green.
Attaboy.
All right.
Attaboy.
What's yours, Mike?
On the tee. Use it or lose it skills. Social skills.
Well, sure.
And that makes sense. Yeah, if you just recluse yourself, then you don't know what people are talking about anymore. You don't know what to keep up with anymore. You don't know who people are and how to maintain interest in their lives.
Well, I think you see that with sometimes people get stuck in the house as they get older.
Sure.
And you can just see it. Like it's like they panic when they have to deal with you.
Math. Particularly complex math or specific functions.
Without question.
I've always liked math, so honestly, I feel like I
got a little bit more.
Fractions,
I mean, the 4
dividing
basics.
fractions, multiplying fractions, all that stuff. I'd be like, I got to think this through again.
Use it or lose it skills. Spreadsheets.
I've never done spreadsheets.
Spreadsheets I can do because it's never changed.
Sure.
So just like any kind of accounting, if you know how to work a ledger, then I mean your mind's working faster than what an actual computer's just storing the information.
Correct.
But if you know where to put it, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And I suck at math, but I can do accounting.
We're getting into a bit more professionalism here. Performing cardiovascular surgery. I guess
okay.
I guess you can get rusty if you don't do that for a certain amount of
I
time.
mean, I don't think if you don't do it, you're kind of out of a job.
There's also flying a plane. Somebody said, quote, after a month away, your landings are going to feel pretty rough. After a year off, you need at least a few flights with an instructor before it's safe to be flying.
I was going to say it's all about the landing.
Yes.
I know you can take off once it's in the air. Any idiot can do that. The landing is the thing. If you don't stick the landing, it's problematic.
Man, oh man. Straight up flexibility. A former gymnast said strength is easier to keep around and less obvious as it leaves, but flexibility needs to be actively practiced.
That's right. And yoga helps.
Especially as you get older. You start tightening up as you get older because you don't do it near as much. Stretch, people. As often as you can. Frickin' stretch. Just stretch. Morse code.
Okay,
which makes sense because it's one of those where you don't use it.
No,
sure, way back in the day,
when you got
code,
a walkie-talkie, like for Christmas or something, they printed the code on the battery cover.
There you go.
And you and your friends would Morse code each other, and it took 20 minutes because you're like beep, 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 and then they had. But otherwise, outside of the movie Independence Day, I don't know the last time I saw
Titanic.
Yeah, but that happened way back then, and look what happened with them.
Yeah. I believe that's where the SOS code came from.
After the fact.
Can you believe that?
Believe it or not. So they did. I want to say, if I got this correct, the guy that picked up their distress signal in New York, who has a lot to do with radio and television and all that, he was not at that point yet. But he got their distress code, but it wasn't universal. So not everyone was quite sure what the Titanic was asking.
Right.
So after it sank, they said, "Hey, why don't we all agree on SOS?"
I mean, you
no
could
matter where
added,
you are.
add one letter and it's help. HELP.
And you realize that before that,
if you speak English.
Yeah,
true enough.
They put that whole line underneath the Atlantic Ocean before the Titanic even sank to make that transmission even possible. That to me is like way ahead of its time, or as far as what I think. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Coding in general. If you don't do it regularly, it's no longer second nature, especially different programming languages. As we were saying.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That the technology's changing, and what you learned in college when I was going through college is already obsolete.
I mean, to me, it's like if you were in a coma for 4 years and you woke up and they pointed, "Hey, no one speaks English anymore."
Right.
Well, I know and nobody's speaking Spanish anymore.
Nobody.
Every language you know. There's a few people that know it, but they all have ponytails and go to Rush concerts.
Right. That fossil over there, he knows how to speak English.
Right.
And then I'll leave you with this last and final use it or lose it skill. It's probably the number one answer on this Reddit thread. Foreign languages.
Yeah.
If you're not actively practicing your foreign language, and even if you're a transplant, the number of people that you hear about that have to brush back up on their mother tongue, as it were, just because they spent so much time here and they forgot about it.
But you pick it up quick. If you go to Mexico, you remember a lot more Spanish than you would just sitting
when
here.
Everyone around you saying it for sure.
Absolutely. A man in San Diego is being charged with the murder of his sister, and you won't believe what set him off, Miles.
What did set him off?
I'll tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve the Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast Barry. Barry is a 525-pound bear. That's why they call him Barry. Okay. It's not his official name. It was a nickname. So he's a 525-pound bear that made a home under a man's house in a crawl space. You may have seen the videos, and I say this because this has been going on since April. Basically, the bear moved in when the home was evacuated during last year's wildfires. When the evacuations were lifted, the owner returned and was told by his utility company, "Hey, we'd love to restore your power, but there's a giant bear in the crawl space, and that's where we need access to." 525 pounds. Again, this is last April when this bear moved in. Now, when wildlife experts, they were called in, they were kind of even like, yeah, this bear is too big, man. They even said a tranquilizer will not work. And if it does work, we don't have the machines to pull this big son of a bitch out from under your home. Well, guess what? After 9 months, authorities were finally able to coax Barry out. And after he left, they put an electrified mat that was placed at the entrance of the crawl space. And Barry has finally moved on. But the reason we're toasting Barry is because he moved on to the crawl space of another house a half a mile away.
Oh, no.
Yep. So listen. This guy's been dealing with this bear, and I don't know if you've seen videos of it or whatever. Bears are big, like he's big for a bear.
He's huge.
Everyone's like, "Look, man, I don't know what you want us to do. What do they shoot him with? Like olive oil, paintballs, or something?
Paintballs filled with oil.
So basically, they annoyed the bear out of this hole, and Miles showed me the video of the bear climbing out. It is.
You cannot believe how big this bear is.
You ever seen like a pear and a brandy bottle? Like, how'd they get that in there? That's what this bear's like when he gets out. Anyway, so they were glad. They finally got it out. Apparently, he went half a mile down the road, and he's in another crawl space of another house, creating the same problem. Oh, Barry gonna be Barry.
Attaboy, Barry.
Yeah.
Only you.
So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
All right, let's get a contestant on line for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, in an effort to honor her wedding vows of till death do us part, a woman has killed her husband in lieu of filing for divorce. But first, local plumbing company Pooh Angels has announced that after 45 years, they're changing their phone number.
What? I love that jingle, man. 555-555-1000. Ding.
The jingle is part of the problem.
How the jingle the problem? That's how everyone knows the number.
Exactly. The issue is that they've been inundated with calls from people who have been arrested.
Now, why would you call Pooh Angels Plumbing if you were in jail? That doesn't make no sense, man.
Cell phones.
What?
Everyone has a cell phone, and as a result, no one actually knows actual phone numbers anymore. We enter someone's name, and that's it.
Oh, dang, yeah.
I don't even know what my own wife's number is. She's in my phone under her name, and that's it. And I'm not alone, and that is the issue. When people get their one phone call after an arrest, they don't have their cell phones handy. They end up calling the only number they know, which, in this case, is Pooh Angels.
555-555-1000. Ding.
Precisely. If I were arrested...
I can't even imagine that, man.
I can't either, as I make it a point to be a reputable citizen. But for the sake of argument, if I were arrested and got my one phone call, the only number I know off the top of my head is Pooh Angels Plumbing.
What about Empire Carpet?
800-588. Yes, I suppose I could call Empire Carpet. Empire Carpet and the junk removal people.
Oh, yeah, 1-800-CALL. Yeah, I could call Jenny.
867-5309. Indeed. And maybe Cause for Kids, 1-877.
If you sing that jingle, I will kill you.
I'll kill you too. Don't sing the jingle.
That commercial made me hate children, man. That ain't right.
I won't sing the jingle. But it reinforces the point that as a result of cell phones, no one knows actual phone numbers anymore. And that's why Pooh Angels is changing their phone number.
I never thought about it, man, but now that I'm thinking about all my contacts, I don't actually know the phone number. I got digits from Thunder Toes.
Thunder Toes? You know someone named Thunder Toes.
Well, her real name was Vanessa.
But you have her in your contacts as Thunder Toes.
If you saw her barefoot, you'd understand, Playboy.
I see. Who else do you have in your contacts?
Oh, man, there's Grease Weasel, Player, Jumbo Gums, Does This Thing.
Wait. Does this thing? That's how you entered someone's phone number.
Yeah, real name Teresa, but she does this thing, man.
Do I even want to know what this thing is that she does?
I could tell you, but you'd never be the same, man. It's like the Matrix. Take the red pill or take the blue pill.
Nice Matrix reference, my friend. In that case, I'll take the red pill.
Wait, what did the red pill do?
Oh, crap. What did the red pill do? I don't remember which pill he took. Didn't the red... Wait. I don't remember.
That's what I'm saying, man. I can't remember which pill Neo took in the Matrix.
I think it was the blue pill.
Did he get an erection?
Felix, it wasn't Viagra. Just because a pill is blue doesn't mean it's Viagra.
It doesn't mean it's not.
I looked it up. In the movie The Matrix, Neo took the red pill.
I changed my answer. Blue pill. I don't want to know the thing your contact does that thing does. Let's move on. What other contacts do you have?
Let's see, man. There's humpback, pork chop, drug dealer.
Drug dealer?
Drug dealer, man.
I thought you said drug dealer.
Nah, man, drug dealer. But he is a drug dealer.
Doug Dealer, the drug dealer.
Yeah. And then there's Bird's Eye Toilet.
Bird's Eye Toilet. Who is Bird's Eye Toilet?
Oh, that's you, Playboy. Your hair looks like a toilet when seen from above.
I'm sorry I asked. Again, Pooh Angels Plumbing will be changing their number after 45 years. We'll be back next hour. Does the top of my head really look like a toilet?
Now, the men's room wants to know. The men's room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Who Sucks Profile This last is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple combination of games where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth.
Who sucks at profiling?
Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Rob. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, Rob, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. You have your choice today of one of three stories. We go with the three OGs. We have The Wonderful World of Drugs. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? And finally today, we offer you Interior Decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone.
Let's go drugs.
All right, police said that a man drove into the Laredo Police Department, this is in Texas, drove into the parking lot under the influence of drugs with 3 unrestrained children in the truck. Now, the incident happened about 8:51 p.m. when an officer was walking toward the LPD headquarters for a shift briefing and saw a blue Ford F-150 driving into the personnel parking. Well, police said the officer waved down the driver, identified as 32-year-old Adrian Torres, before the guy could park. Now, the officer reported seeing 3 children leaning out of the truck's window without seatbelts or car seats. Police said the officer also noted that Torres appeared to be under the influence of a substance. Well, Torres admitted to police that he just done drugs, and that's why he seemed high, because he was high. Now, Torres was arrested and charged with 3 felony counts of child endangerment by criminal negligence. They did not hit him with the drug charges, but the question is, what drug was he on when he tried to park his truck in the personnel parking of the frickin' police headquarters of Laredo, Texas? Was he on crack? Was he on meth? Was he on heroin, or was he on oxys? Crack, meth, heroin, or oxys?
So, definitely not oxys. You don't smoke oxys. I mean, I guess you could, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Did you say what time of day it was?
8:51 p.m.
8:51 p.m.
Correct.
Well, as fast as he said he did it, I just did drugs. I'm going to go crack, Rob.
Yeah, also the kids are outside the windows, right? They're hanging out the car.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because they're excited to see a cop, if they're hanging out the windows when he's driving in. That part I don't know. But at the point that the cop stopped him, he said that the kids were, quote, hanging out of the window.
Maybe they're part dog.
So, crack, heroin,
meth or oxys?
Ketamine, and oxys, right?
Yep.
It's either meth or crack. I'm going to go meth.
Go meth?
I'm with you. I'm going meth, too.
You guys are on the meth train. What was this guy on? Was he on crack, meth, heroin, or oxys? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room.
Live Night, the livest radio you will ever see. Everything is performed live. Live hosts, live sound effects, live voice actors, live screw-ups, live laughs, and of course, live music. The Daily Mix Show, totally live. The Men's Room, totally live. Live Night returns February 13th. Live Night 2026. Yachty and naughty. No flares, no lifeboat. All live. What could possibly go wrong? on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Category is drugs on profile. This police and a man drove into the parking lot of a police station while high on drugs with his kid in the car. Question is, what drugs was this guy on? Crack, meth, heroin, or oxys?
And Rob, that is the question that we posed to you. Let us start with, well, you and D. Ted Smith. You guys both went meth, and let's face it, these days, never a bad guess. Whoops. Just not the accurate one. Miles Montgomery, you went with crack.
Crack cocaine.
And you are correct, sir.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, he was straight up like, just smoke crack, man. Cops like, cool. You're under arrest. Like I said, they didn't even hit him with the drug charge. They got him for the negligence with the kids in the car.
Well, I know crack is around Seattle. I'm sure it is. But it was a lot more prevalent that I ran into it on the East Coast.
Yeah, the East Coast was crack.
There was more crack, but
there wasn't a lot of meth. There was not a lot of meth.
Right.
So you just switch one for the other.
It just seems crazy. Wow, you got 3 kids in the car and then like pull into a police station, like
because he was on crack.
Yeah, it's strong.
I mean, you're not wrong, but that's the explanation.
I'm like, that seems insane.
Yeah.
Now for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmys.
Fallon Kibble.
Seth Meyers. Stephen Colbert. Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title. These guys have teams of talented writers helping them come up with the monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Continuing a quirky tradition where they give animals honorary titles, a Japanese rail station named a cat as its station master. Not to be outdone, New York's Penn Station continues to learn by a rat.
Colbert?
Seth. Here's Colbert.
Continuing a quirky tradition where they give animals honorary titles, a Japanese railway station just named its new station master a calico cat named Yontama. Not to be outdone, New York's Penn Station continues to be led by a rat who was Me Too'd.
There's a major recall on tater tots right now, but it's voluntary on the stores to bring them back in. The FDA has also announced the best way to avoid them is to be an adult, not eat tater tots.
Beat that Smith.
Yeah.
But you're wrong. They're delicious.
I don't know.
When's the last time you made that tater tot casserole thing?
Probably been 1.5 years, 2 years.
Okay.
Should have made some over the holidays. It's great.
Yes.
Never did it.
It's just tiny hash browns.
You know what? If I eat tater tots, it's probably in the morning.
Yeah, they are so good in the morning, dude. Seriously.
That's why Burger King rules as far as the potato product on the breakfast menu.
New York announced plans last week to become the first city in the country to provide free universal health care. It's quite a leap for a city that has recently discovered trash cans.
Colbert.
Yeah, Colbert.
Seth Meyers.
New York announced plans last week to eventually become the first city in the country to provide free universal child care. It's quite a leap. Yeah. It's quite a leap for a city that only recently discovered trash cans.
50 sheep broke away from the flock and stormed a German supermarket. A cashier tried to stop them, but fell asleep watching them come in.
Seth.
Yes, Seth.
That's Colbert.
50 sheep broke away from the flock and stormed a German supermarket. A cashier tried to stop them, but fell asleep watching them come in.
Bless you. Oof. All right, these some TV shows coming to an end in 2026. I know we watched some of these. Some of these I know we don't. Number one, Thrill, have you watched it yet?
No.
Over on the CW, All-American.
Nope.
How many seasons, Ted? 5 or 6? I mean, you've been talking about it for a while.
8th and final season.
8th season.
Will air sometime in 2026.
Are you caught up on that, or did you just kind of give up and made it a joke?
I just mess with Thrill now.
Okay.
I watched like the first 2 seasons, and then it kind of.
But you liked the show when it was on?
I did, and it was based on a true story of a guy that played in a few years in the NFL and stuff.
Okay,
but like I said, it was about high school kids, but it was they did a good job of it.
Okay,
it kind of dealt with some other stuff too, where you're just like, oh, all right.
I haven't seen it.
Will you watch the last season? Like when all this stuff wraps up, even if you have like a small, hand in the game, so to speak. Is that something you're
I
interested in?
don't know because the kids, the guys I was watching went to college.
So this is a whole new crew.
Right. That's right. I haven't seen. So like once I kind of got off that story, I'm sure it extended into him being in. Jesus. Sorry. I'm sure it extended into him being in the NFL.
Sure.
Oh, so they just took it right out.
So I kind of fell off after a while and was kind of more just interested because the first year or two was just, you were just like, oh my God, the twists and turns. I mean, it's been on for 8 years. So I shouldn't have to say spoiler alert, but yeah. Let's see. Another show coming to an end in 2026. Good Omens.
Don't know that one.
I know the name, but I don't know the show.
Yeah,
that Amazon Prime show. It's got David Tennant in it, and it's like an angel and a devil or something like that.
Correct. This one kind of has a bad reason. Basically, the guy that created the show, just there's some sexual accusations.
Oh, it's that guy.
Boy.
Right. So they're just like, yeah, we're gonna probably end it that one. But again, pretty big show.
Well, the people involved in the show, other than that guy,
Right, another one's get screwed.
they have nothing to do with it.
Correct.
And that sucks. It's like the Cosby guys. Everyone was on that show.
Right, because they were like, hey, we get money from that.
Yeah,
man.
syndication, all that stuff, and you just killed that money.
I also get that why Amazon Prime, though, would be like, we're going to cut ties with this guy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Over on Netflix, Outer Banks is ending. Now, this is another one. I watched the first season of it. That was during COVID. Mm-hmm. So there wasn't a lot of sports on.
Is it like a teen drama or
This
something?
one is purely a dream, right? North Carolina setting, come-of-age adventure about a group of teens on the hunt for lost treasure.
Okay. Lost treasure. I don't know. I feel like my wife and my son, they were watching something. I don't know if that's it or not.
I don't know how they made multiple seasons. The first one ended just fine. I didn't know why it was like season 2. Like, why?
Because you liked season 1?
Was it that more of a final ending on the first season where you thought it can't go any farther than that?
Pretty much, I didn't care to see it go any further than that.
Okay.
I'm with Ted. I didn't watch anything beyond the first season because I didn't understand why we're doing this.
Yeah, and again, that's one of those shows that, frankly, I think it was massive because it was on during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like people like Mike and I were like, "Oh, this ain't bad," and then like once you got back to regular life, it's like, "What the hell am I doing watching this show?"
I'm bored.
Right, and they've been
too old for this.
Right, they're gonna have the 5th season. I do love that meme where it's like from Lethal Weapon. It's like he was only in his 40s when he said he was getting too old for this ass. It's like, yep. Miles, I know you like this one. The Comeback.
Great show. Completely underrated.
I didn't even know that show was back on.
Well, they've only done, this will be the only the 3rd season, and they take like 8 years in between.
That's her nickname.
Right, they did the first season in 2005, second season in 2014, and will air its 3rd and final season sometimes in 2026.
It takes 10 years to come up with 10 episodes for those guys.
No, wait,
But,
is that the chick from Friends? Lisa Kudrow. Okay.
It is brilliant.
I remember you telling me that.
Absolutely brilliant.
But the last time you brought it up apparently was 2014 or whatever.
Basically, she is this older actress who is, who had her moment.
Yeah.
But she still lives in that world of I'm Hollywood glamour. Mm-hmm. So everything to her is like she still believes she's one of the most popular people on the planet, even though she's really not.
Well, and it's kind of funny because her and what was the other guy? Joey on Friends.
LeBlanc. Matt
LeBlanc. Because he had a show on, I want to say HBO Showtime that was the same thing. It was like him, but now he's
wasn't
like,
he looking for work or something like that?
All this.
Right. And he's like hooking up with like a 22-year-old. She's like, say the line.
Limo.
Yeah, how you doing? So it's kind of funny that both of them had the successful thing.
Yeah.
Obviously the Friends stuff, I was going to say, we know what happened with Matthew Perry.
Sure.
But then you look at some of the other ones got behind the camera.
Schwimmer's behind the camera.
He's been doing that for years.
Aniston's doing fine.
Right. Courtney Cox was doing fine.
Yeah.
So, right. They were kind of left out there. And Joey, that spinoff Matt LeBlanc had for a couple of years, I thought it was funny.
I never watched it, man. I mean, it did not last
Friends?
long. I saw it in syndication, so I've probably seen 10 episodes total from beginning to end. I know it's very popular, and it was fine.
I mean, Joey was easily, to me, the best character you would
They
like.
just kept it simple with him. It's just going to be laughs, yeah.
Right, and he always loved sandwiches and this and that. Like, pretty simple dude stuff.
New York.
Yeah. It's still funny, though. It's like, none of them had jobs.
Yep. Great apartment, though.
Great apartment. Yellow Jackets. It's a Showtime show, premiered in 2021, expected to air its 4th and final season towards the end of 2026. Survival thriller, takes place in the late 90s and President's Day.
Yeah, I was watching that one for a while. I think the first 2 seasons, it was decent. Maybe I'll check out the fourth season if they're saying they're going to end it, because it got to the point where you're like, all right, now we're just telling a bunch of stories. Is there a conclusion to this? So that's a good sign.
What series do you think you guys have watched that you watched start to finish?
Sopranos.
I mean, there was Lost, there was Game of Thrones.
Right now, The Boys.
Right, so The Boys is on this list too, unfortunately. That's coming to an end. That's on Amazon Prime. That premiered in 2019.
Has anyone checked out? I think they have 2 spinoffs from The Boys now. Like,
do they?
Well, like The
Gen
Wire.
V, I believe they call it. And if you're familiar with The Boys, you kind of get that. And I want to see if there's another one. I just saw a commercial for something, but I haven't checked out either of them.
What's the time frame on letting your kid watch that? Is it 2 more years out?
I don't know, man. I just, we have to have a certain conversation, you know what I mean? And if he says a few key words, I go, okay. Because again, is it the violence? I'm like, not exactly.
Well, if he loves
different.
Deadpool, it's just not. It's just one more level up.
This is, I think, about 3 levels up.
It's 3 levels
up.
Other shows then in this year: Hacks on HBO Max, Outlander on Starz, Queer Eye on Netflix, The Boys we mentioned, and then Ridiculousness
on MTV.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Rob Diedrich.
And MTV stopped. So obviously that'll be done.
How long has he been doing that? I just feel like it's been on forever. And good for him for it, but
14 years, 46 seasons.
Jesus.
Right?
I guess there's no shortage
He's probably
of
ready
material.
for it to be done too then.
Right. Those episodes will continue to air throughout 2026.
And the rest of your life.
Yeah. You know what? I will say, though, if you're ever just like, you don't know what to watch, that is a pretty easy, funny show
And
to
it's
watch.
on.
Right. I mean, it's just a clip show where they're showing you stuff and everything else. So that was, I don't know. I remember sometimes, in the wintertime, there's no football on. I could lose.
Especially when they get into a marathon, because they always show like
it's always. I feel like it was always.
It's
a
always
marathon.
just roll on another one. Like Impractical Jokers. Like you just keep watching.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I'm gonna be miles at the bar at 5, and at 6, he's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Not watching Ridiculousness." We're doing this for 3 hours.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, in an effort to honor her wedding vows of till death do us part, a woman has killed her husband in lieu of filing for divorce. But first, local plumbing company Pooh Angels has announced that after 45 years, they're changing their phone number.
What? I love that jingle, man. 555-555-1000. Ding.
The jingle is part of the problem.
How the jingle the problem? That's how everyone knows the number.
Exactly. The issue is that they've been inundated with calls from people who have been arrested.
Now, why would you call Pooh Angels Plumbing if you were in jail? That doesn't make no sense, man.
Cell phones.
What?
Everyone has a cell phone, and as a result, no one actually knows actual phone numbers anymore. We enter someone's name, and that's it.
Oh, dang, yeah.
I don't even know what my own wife's number is. She's in my phone under her name, and that's it. And I'm not alone, and that is the issue. When people get their one phone call after an arrest, they don't have their cell phones handy. They end up calling the only number they know, which, in this case, is Pooh Angels.
555-555-1000. Ding.
Precisely. If I were arrested,
I can't even imagine that, man.
I can't either, as I make it a point to be a reputable citizen. But for the sake of argument, if I were arrested and got my one phone call, the only number I know off the top of my head is Pooh Angels Plumbing.
What about Empire Carpet?
800-588. Yes, I suppose I could call Empire Carpet. Empire Carpet and the junk removal people.
Oh, yeah, 1-800-CALL. Yeah, I could call Jenny.
867-5309. Indeed. And maybe Cars for Kids, 1-877.
If you sing that jingle, I will kill you.
I'll kill you too. Don't sing the jingle.
That commercial made me hate children, man. That ain't right.
I won't sing the jingle, but it reinforces the point that as a result of cell phones, no one knows actual phone numbers anymore. And that's why Pooh Angels is changing their phone number.
I never thought about it, man, but now that I'm thinking about all my contacts, I don't actually know the phone number. I got digits from Thunder Toes.
Thunder Toes? You know someone named Thunder Toes.
Well, her real name was Vanessa.
But you have her in your contacts as Thunder Toes.
If you saw her barefoot, you'd understand, Playboy.
I see. Who else do you have in your contacts?
Oh, man, there's Grease Weasel, Player, Jumbo Gums, Does This Thing.
Wait. Does this thing? That's how you entered someone's phone number.
Yeah, real name Teresa, but she does this thing, man.
Do I even want to know what this thing is that she does?
I could tell you, but you'd never be the same, man. It's like the Matrix. Take the red pill or take the blue pill.
Nice Matrix reference, my friend. In that case, I'll take the red pill.
Wait, what did the red pill do?
Oh, crap. What did the red pill do? I don't remember which pill he took. Didn't the red... Wait. I don't remember.
That's what I'm saying, man. I can't remember which pill Neo took in the Matrix.
I think it was the blue pill.
Did he get an erection?
Felix, it wasn't Viagra. Just because a pill is blue doesn't mean it's Viagra.
It doesn't mean it's not.
I looked it up. In the movie The Matrix, Neo took the red pill.
I changed my answer. Blue pill. I don't want to know the thing your contact does that thing does. Let's move on. What other contacts do you have?
Let's see, man. There's Humpback, Pork Chop, Doug Dealer.
Drug dealer?
Doug Dealer, man.
I thought you said drug dealer.
Nah, man, Doug Dealer. But he is a drug dealer.
Doug Dealer, the drug dealer.
Yeah. And then there's Bird's Eye Toilet.
Bird's Eye Toilet. Who is Bird's Eye Toilet?
Oh, that's you, Playboy. Your hair looks like a toilet when seen from above.
I'm sorry I asked. Again, Pooh Angels Plumbing will be changing their number after 45 years. We'll be back next hour. Does the top of my head really look like a toilet?
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Making headlines tonight, People magazine has officially named Art Garfunkel as the sexiest man alive.
Art Garfunkel.
Critics are calling it the biggest upset since his haircut briefly split the nation into pro-perm and anti-whatever that was. In other news, city officials are investigating a malfunctioning streetlight downtown that has been causing...
Yeah, we need to talk about the Office White Elephant Gift Exchange.
Felix, we are in the middle of a broadcast.
And I'm in the middle of a crisis, Stone. I cannot find a single white elephant anywhere.
What do you mean, find one?
It is very hard to find an elephant, man. Very hard. Finding a white elephant, that's a level of difficulty I was not prepared for, Playboy.
Felix, why were you looking for elephants in the first place?
Because of the White Elephant Gift Exchange, man. What else would I be doing?
Felix, it's just called a White Elephant Gift Exchange.
And that is exactly what I attempted to do, man. Find a white elephant. Literal interpretation. That is on you, not me.
Felix, a white elephant exchange is where people bring silly gifts.
I think giving someone an elephant for Christmas is a real silly gift, man.
Silly gifts like a bad candle or a tacky coffee mug. A gift card that was clearly halfway used. Nobody is exchanging actual elephants.
Then why is it called a white elephant exchange, man?
Because the original idea is that you give someone something useless or ridiculous. Like the old saying about being stuck with a giant white elephant. It's just a metaphor.
A metaphor? I spent 3 days trying to find an animal that does not even participate.
You were not supposed to find any animals at all.
Well, that would have been helpful information before I went on my elephant expedition. I found a green elephant, a blue elephant, a purple elephant wearing a vest. I even found a pink elephant.
You found a pink elephant?
Bright pink, man. Looked like someone dipped a regular elephant in bubble gum and just said, good enough. But I could not find a white elephant. No stone, I could not.
Felix, I'm actually impressed that you found green, blue, purple, and pink elephants in the first place. But the gift could have been something as simple as a candle.
And I could have kept my dignity. Instead, I got a restraining order from the zoo and a subscription to a pachyderm newsletter.
I had a tough time finding a white elephant, too.
Bonnie, you too were looking for an elephant.
Yeah, Felix is right.
Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. A man is stopped by authorities after trying to board his dead wife on a plane. Meanwhile, a horse is rescued down in Enumclaw, Mike, after a bridge collapses, and he gets stuck in a drain.
Yes.
Speaking of stuck, car is trapped on a ski slope after following GPS. Because of spiders, one Florida woman's feet are a total mess. And a man shoots 3 family members after his Wi-Fi is cut off. It is time for headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
Top story. We got to San Diego, where a man was driven to madness. The man in his 60s was living with his 86-year-old mother. 60-year-old man living with his 86-year-old mother.
Yeah.
And had the fun fortune of having his sister moving back home as well after divorcing her husband, along with her son, his nephew. As can be expected, tensions between the two siblings weren't the best living under the same roof once again, but our boy is a little on the, we'll call it, intense side. And the newfound presence of his sister was believed to have set him off, creating a situation where she feared for her safety due to him acting out. They were in the process of evicting him from the home and took measures to reduce violent actions that may spring out of the blue, even going so far as to hide the knives in the house so that they couldn't be used. But he did eventually arm himself with a firearm after he could take no more, and he took the life of his sister and his nephew, also shooting his mother, who was injured in the encounter but should survive. All because somebody unhooked the internet in order to relocate the Wi-Fi router from one room to the next.
Oh my God.
Come on.
He was described as an isolated man that spent a lot of time playing video games alone in his room, and this was believed to be the last straw. He's now facing charges. I don't think we're going to see him for much longer.
No. That's...
That tells me that there is just something chemically there where you can't play nice with everybody. So
right. I don't even know how to comment on that.
We're just going to take you off the board here, buddy. Goodness gracious. In other news, wild story out of Florida. A woman in the Tampa Bay area is suing her apartment management group due to her living conditions. She moved into the apartment shortly after losing her home in the hurricane a couple of years ago, and all was going well. The only issue that she raised were the pests that continued to plague her apartment, mainly the spiders that she would get in her bathroom, which is always fun.
Oh, yeah, I love it every time.
Got them constantly, and even had endured several bites on her feet. No. Eventually, a couple of her toes had had enough of the venom in her feet and started to act up, prompting a trip to urgent care to have them looked at. And good thing that she did. She was informed by medical staff that the good news was if she had waited too much longer, she'd be losing her foot due to the devastating effects of the venom. The bad news was she was still going to have to lose a couple toes in order to keep the bad situation from getting worse. She went through the procedure and now has filed a lawsuit against the property.
No more flip-flops for you.
You thought bed bugs were a problem.
Yeah, no kidding, dude.
Venomous spiders.
Right.
I mean, look, there's plenty of spiders. Not all of them are venomous, but that's what she had the luxury of discovering. Thank you, Tim, for that graphic on
no
YouTube.
Kidding. It's on my face, man.
Oh, no.
What's wrong with you? God, that's spooky, too. Come on, man. Damn.
That's uncomfortable.
Sad story from over in Spain. He could be doing so much more that we don't see, man.
I know.
Got it. Sad story from over in Spain. A couple's vacation turned into a messy situation just before they were able to return home. A man in his 80s was stopped by security as he attempted to wheel his wife through TSA. Feeling something was off when one of them attempted to help her out of the wheelchair and feeling how cold her hand was. It didn't take long for them to realize that her hand was cold because she was unresponsive, and that she had in fact passed on before they were able to catch their flight back from vacation. Within a few minutes, emergency protocol was acted and agents, officers, forensics, everybody descended upon the scene. The man attempted to blame airport facilities for causing his wife's death. But it was determined that she had passed several hours before the flight.
She saw the price in Hudson News and had a heart attack.
But the fact that he kept his crap together, your wife just died.
No,
I mean, you don't express any signs of trauma, or just like, no, we can do this,
or ask for help.
How did he get her on the?
He wheeled her in on one of the airport wheelchairs.
Yes.
So he drove it. Was she already? All right.
Yeah. It's believed that she died hours before they even got to the airport.
If you're cold, it's a good sign.
And reading this story with the age that this couple was and they were on vacation, what I'm piecing together in my brain is they were on vacation, they had a great time, she nodded off, but now they're in a different country. He's got to get her home without all the rigmarole. I wonder if I can just sneak her onto a plane. No, she's just sleeping.
But I'll deal with dead people rigmarole even in another country.
Yeah.
I think everyone can piece together, he needs help. His wife is deceased.
Yeah.
It's not like a big ask anywhere. They're pretty on that stuff.
Yeah. It can be a hassle getting a body back across borders, though.
No, you're not wrong, but I'm not. It's not like
just saying. I think he thought that he was slick enough
from the morgue, man. I mean, like she just
also
died.
might be an investigation into the cause of death and those things before you just escape the country. Yeah. If you're staying in the same country or you're in one, then there's a process. You can't just leave before that process takes place.
Yeah. But just in case the stories of the bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
We go to the quiet metropolis, the bastion of good news, the cornerstone of excellence here in Washington State, known as Enumclaw, Washington, where a rescue operation has taken place. Over the weekend, a farm animal that doesn't need to be detailed any further
that means
than that.
It's a horse.
Had the misfortune of falling through a bridge that collapsed underneath her.
What a bummer for the horse, like just on the bridge, all of a sudden, boom.
Bam, down it goes.
Gone.
Plunging her into a muddy creek below. The fall pinned her between the bank of the creek and a steel beam, which made it difficult for her to breathe and caused a need for rescuers to think fast. They said, we don't have a whole lot of time here.
Yeah.
The owner's veterinarian, along with rescue volunteers from the Washington State Animal Response Team, set up a rope and harness system and were able to shift her to the point that she could get up and over the embankment, and within about 15 minutes, she was back on her feet and being treated for any injuries. They do believe that she'll make a full recovery.
Why was she trying to get out of Enumclaw, Mike?
She wasn't trying to get out of Enumclaw, Steve.
I'm just guessing.
That's because the Yellow Beak closed.
There was a bridge over a creek.
I'm out.
Right.
Yellow Beak's done. I'm gone.
Doesn't want it no more. She's out. There's a lot of little creeks around there, too, and little tiny bridges on there. That's a heavy horse.
Tiny bridges.
So then build the bridge for the horse to walk over.
It's a nice little town.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a great town. Great
no
people.
one's commenting on that.
Yeah. Very fine, happy people. That really, really, really want to forget about that.
He wasn't from Enumclaw.
We had Casey Kane that was supposed to get rid of that.
He cheated.
Right? Now it's on me. Now it's on my shoulders. I need to do right by Enumclaw.
Yes, do right by Enumclaw.
Thank you, Enumclaw, for putting me in this situation. Doggone brothels.
Captain Enumclaw.
Men's Room Sports brought to you by Captain Enumclaw. You got college hoops on ESPN, CBS Sports on FS1, pro basketball on NBC, and you got hockey over on TNT. The Kraken, in spite of what we were saying, they're currently the number 3 seed.
Yeah, they've been holding that for a few weeks.
Yeah.
We aren't on the winter break just yet, but still.
That's great.
Well done, boys. She-Ute. Should be a foggy, as far as your weather, should be foggy with some occasional showers tonight, just dealing with some morning fog and afternoon clouds with a high of 50 tomorrow. We're starting to get into some of the nicer stuff. That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawkins out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Who Sucks Less, the lovely Jolene up in just seconds.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.